Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today, we're going to be playing in the GRF Stage 1, which, based on talking to people that have already kind of climbed it in like day 1, and even as recently as the last few days, apparently it's very, very easy. I was expecting it to be nothing but Gaia, and therefore it would be kind of a bit of a chore to get through, but by the sounds of it, there's a lot of very kind of mid players climbing, so it might be easy, I don't know, but we're going to be playing Sea Serpents. That is the idea. We'll see how it goes. We're going to try using a slightly edited version of the list that did get a top 4 finish. Although that top 4 finish had a big asterisk attached to it, it's still the best performing Sea Serpent list technically in a tournament setting. So we are going to go with that for now and kind of see where things go. But beyond that, we will also be doing a bit of yapping about a few other bits and bobs. There was a speed tier update. It's not a huge update, but we thought we'd just cover it. There's the new OCG news, which is pretty interesting because we have got some new cards for a couple of different archetypes, some new artwork, as well as a brand new rarity, which is actually quite interesting. And it's be interesting to see if that continues going forward. Then we also wanted to talk a little bit about the meta, how that's going, how we think the GRF's going to go. We did kind of touch on a wish list / ban list prediction last stream on Sunday, but it will be kind of putting that kind of pen to paper sort of thing and trying to solidify what we think is actually going to end up on that. And then last but not least, we do want to do a little bit of yapping about capture monsters, because we did play that on Sunday and it was actually really fun. I'm actually really looking forward to playing that again. It was just in general a nice change of pace, so I am enjoying that. I'm actually still debating whether I try, if assuming I have Sunday off and I can stream on Sunday, if I stream capture monsters or some GRF, because GRF is kind of like the hype thing, right? But I don't really care about the GRF, like the actual event itself. That doesn't really interest me all that much. And capture monsters, I'm actually kind of like jonesing to play again. So it's like... But who do we have in the chat? We have CZ, welcome on in. We have Paco, Wako, Taco. Where we have Ninjetti Ursus slithering under the sea. Exactly. We can't play fish, but Sea Serpents is the next best thing, right? Now, Sea Serpents are going to get more interesting when we do get to Phaser, when we do get the maximum stuff, when we do get the Dark Sea Serpents, because even at that point, Voltalon, especially, you know, playing in the OCG, was a big fan and kind of the champion of Sea Serpent midrange, which was basically using all the brand new Sea Serpent cards that Phaser brought, but not using the maximums. So I think what you would do is you would play one piece of one of the maximums, and then just play like the generic, like other kind of bodies, and play a deck around that, and it actually worked out really, really well. I think the deck was also really, really fun, so I can't wait to get my hands on that specifically. But for now, we only have the 7 stuff, and it's a little bit incomplete, but we'll see how we can do with it, especially with that data list. Ugh. We have Corey in the chat. Welcome. Why aren't you playing Blast Examiner when she lowers the boom? She will bring your doom. I don't know what we're talking about there. I assume that's the vanilla for Maddox, his like level 5 that no one plays because it's garbage. We have Dwan in the chat. Hello, Dwan. I did face a Gaia 20 times in a row on my climb, to be fair. Did you actually play 20 games? Because isn't it 3 points per win? Which means at like 33 wins, you'd be capped out anyway. And that's not including the freebies that you get. I tried to climb with the sea, but the deck is so ass. Hello, Bisma. Yeah, I don't expect the deck to do well, but I need to test it, right? I'm going to make a video on it. We have to, like, let the people know our opinion on the deck, and I'm not... My expectations are basically in the dirt, but if there is any kind of nugget there that we can get from it, then I'll be like, yeah, you know what? We'll give it credit where credit's due, right? We have Monosync in the chat. It's washed, literally. I mean, we'll see what happens, right? We'll jump in and see how it works. Again, like I said, we're not expecting anything, but I would like to be surprised. What's up, Tomato? Hello, Duke. Welcome on in. I mean, he could also lose versus Gaia. I could also just lose versus Gaia a lot. I learned a lot from your deck list, Tomato. Your ideas making new decks helped me. Thanks. Well, I appreciate you saying so. I will say that a lot of the time, when a video goes up, it was recorded 1 or 2 days prior, and I would always take any deck profile I do as a first impression on the deck, not as like a finished build, because innovations happen, right? We test more after that. We find things we like, things we didn't like, right? The videos are basically like, get them out as soon as possible, which means, for the most part, first impression. So I get a lot of times people will come on the videos and they'll start leaving messages, which are things like, this build is ass because ABC. And I'm like, if people are just like, I don't like this build because this, you know, I would prefer if you use this, or you could use this. Constructive criticism, I think, is always a good thing, right? But some people will just come in and be like, deck bad, and I'm like, no, you're just getting a ban from the channel, mate. Like, it doesn't happen often, but when it does, I'm just like, if you're just going to come in and be rude, I'm just not even going to bother engaging. But I do appreciate that, you know, at least it's helpful to some people. The Gaia decks were at the beginning and most of the climb for me. I see. Testing more deck is fun. Yeah, basically, we don't want to just play Gaia forever, right? I mean, that's kind of been our tournament experience, is just playing Gaia, right? Those are my ults. It's always just Parko. Always comes back to Parko. Madge. There is more improvement for the deck we made. I mean, yeah, like I say, none of the builds... I don't think any of the decks I've uploaded for this box... I don't think any of those lists I would keep exactly 1-to-1 as they were when uploaded, right? I mean, that's just the nature of card games, right? Things will just develop. Also, I made a Gaia deck. It's good, but still more improvement. I mean, yeah, that's the thing, right? Even amongst the tournament results we've been seeing, because we've been seeing Gaia dominating tournaments for the most part, the list isn't, like, finalized yet. We still keep seeing differences crop up. Some people are playing 2 battle-tested. Some people are playing 3. Some people are playing Essel. Some people aren't. Some people are more or less Gargoyle. Some people are playing Star Restart. Some people aren't. Some people are playing more traps. Some people are playing less traps, right? It's all over the place. Even amongst the players doing well, we still don't have a solidified list for that deck, right? Yeah, like that Pyro list. I mean, it depends which Pyro list we're talking about, right? Because there was a top 8 Pyro list. There's your Pyro list from yesterday. And then there was the Noodle list from, like, the first week. I think it was in Quantums. And it's like, there's a lot of Pyro going around, surprisingly. But yeah, the Pyro list that I had on the video was... I think that list is, like, fine. Because there isn't a lot of changes between that list and, like, the lists that we're seeing doing well. Like, the list that you played yesterday, Parko. Like, the big difference is what? Card restoration? Tribute to the Doomed? Which, again, to be fair, we did mention Tribute to the Doomed in that video. I think that was kind of the big change at the very least. I'm still testing Gaia. Deck always evolve tomato. Some deck are same but improved. Yes, exactly. I like Humanitarian Gaia list, though. TSA is so tempting to use. So I did leave this in a comment on that video. I think I left it in a couple of comments, which was... The current build I am playing does play TSA, and I think at the time I did somewhat undervalue being able to shuffle cards back. And although TSA is good because you can get a load of damage in, it's not the main reason you play it. You play TSA primarily to shuffle your bosses back in so you can reuse like battle tested. That is so powerful. As well as the fact the deck can deck out if you don't get the OTK, like, very, like, easily. If you open, like, bad and you have to make, like, a really crummy play where you have to use the skill just to, like, fix your hand so you can actually stay in the game, then, like, sometimes getting that push to, like, kill your opponent can be quite difficult. And the deck doesn't have, like, many resources to recycle, which is why I've been seeing a lot of people playing the Siesta Torero without Harvey. And that primarily is to recycle your fusion monsters back into your deck. We yeeted the bear out as well. I mean, and Magma Bear, I still think is cool. But, like you're saying, it's not necessary. But I think, again, we also said that in the breakdown in the video as well. If you're given a legendary card that is a trap and Spiel Tomato, which of those cards is cool and used in helpful deck? All traps I had are Pot of Greed and Negate Attack. I mean, Pot of Greed and Negate Attack are fine. They're just straight up good. Like, in a vacuum, they're probably the absolute best ones you could pick. So having those in every deck is not necessarily a bad thing. It comes down to, like, specific decks who want specific answers to specific things, right? Like, Trap Hole is good. Trap Hole can be really, really good. But Negate Attack is still, most of the time, going to be better. Trap Hole can get rid of a body, which can be really, really good. but it's very telegraphed. So your opponent knows it's coming, which means they'll be able to play around it. But it can just end your opponent's turn, either because they commit into it and then lose their guy, or they just don't commit into it and then they can't apply pressure. So, like, it's still not bad, but negate attack is good at all stages of the game, and it's good against absolutely everything, right? The only time negate attack is worse, typically, is going to be if it gets popped. Which it might do, because your opponent's probably playing a Sure Star, they're probably playing the Conqueror Champions. But if they're using Conqueror Champions to pop, that means that's 3,200 direct damage you'd have to worry about. So, swings and roundabouts, kind of. But we will go ahead and get into things. So, the first thing I want to do is take a look at the speed tier list update. And again, there's not going to be huge changes, so we're just going to kind of briefly touch on this. Your vids are good tomorrow. Thank you, Ursus. The way I look at it is, they are a good jumping off point, and they explain the theory behind the decks, even if the builds aren't 100% complete. The idea behind those videos isn't for super high level tournament level players. It's for people that queue up randomly and don't really engage with the community, right? So that's always my target demographic, is players that are newer to the game, players that aren't tournament players, players that don't have access to all of the resources that the rest of us have, right? I'm going to give the Matarian Gaia deck you built, Tomato, 9.5 out of 10, since it can still improve. I want to learn more from you, Tomato. It was so much fun. Well, again, I really appreciate that. So let's take a look what we've got here. So Giorfio, everyone knows Giorfio. Not much has changed since last week. Salamangreat is still the best deck, but two decks are doing pretty well in the current meta. Gemini and Crystal Beast are both being able to summon the best Salamangreat counter in Abyss Dweller. It's funny how Abyss Dweller keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. No matter what happens, it's like, oh, we're in a Dweller meta. And then the meta shifts, and people are like, oh, Dweller's bad now. There's no point to play Dweller. And then it always comes back, because graveyard effects are always going to be a thing. I actually still think Dweller needs a hit, just because there are some decks that Dweller basically just sits there and says, you're not allowed to play the game. So I personally would really like to see Dweller gone. But the issue there is, you would then have to weaken everything else that Dweller beats so that it's not unstoppable, right? The issue is, the stuff that Dweller stops is somewhat unbeatable without Dweller, right? At least in a lot of scenarios. So, like, it's not an easy fix, but, like, I've never been a really big fan of Lingering Floodgates. I think it's actually worse than just regular Floodgates, because if Abyss Dweller was just a Floodgate, you could get rid of it and then still play the game. But because it's a Lingering Floodgate, you have to negate it, or that's it, right? You just negate it or deal with it, right? Other decks are dedicating main deck techs to beat Salamangreat, like Different Dimension Ground, but not drawing them usually results in a loss. So the big one here, obviously, is that we have Gemini has been bumped up. So as predicted with the consistency here, heroes are not able to compete with Salamangreat anymore outside of running specific anti-Salamangreat techs, like Different Dimension Ground and DD Crow, which they will still need to actually draw. The only thing keeping the deck in its current spot is Dragonic Contact, since it adds super polymerization and continuously drain the opponent's resources multiple free big summons, which is basically fine. The most annoying part of this is, again, Dweller is seeing play because of Salads, and DD Crow is seeing play because of Salads, and most of the decks I play don't play well under Dweller and don't want their graveyard messed with DD Crow. So I'm just kind of sat here like, why is Salad hurting my rogue decks? Because people are countering this deck, you know, I'm catching strays. And it's always the issue of playing rogue, right? Is it always going to be catching strays? Gemini's been showing solid performance. Medicate, we make Gearfried and Ablation. Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, by the way. This card, I swear, just never goes away, right? That's not inherently a bad thing. I don't actually dislike Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, but I feel like just every couple months, it just comes back, right? It was like, you know, obviously we had Defleur, and then like the Immortal Phoenix Gearfried was like a big part of that. Even before Defleur came out, I think there was an Immortal Phoenix Gearfried deck running around, and now it's back again in Gemini. It's interesting that it just keeps coming back. Like this guy, like the people that main Immortal Phoenix Gearfried are just like probably having a great time, right? More players have given Gemini a try, and it has been performing well. The deck has strong matchups against heroes, and it can set up multiple disruptions going first, meaning a single super polymerization isn't enough to force all interactions. Even if Immortal Phoenix Gearfried or Infernoble Knight Charles is removed, Gemini Ablation can summon Evocator... Evec? I don't know how to pronounce that one. To revive them from the graveyard, and if that wasn't enough, Necro Gardener provides an extra layer of protection by stopping one attack. Going second is also good, as Gemini Spark can remove Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 or Super Polymerization on their only hero monster before they commit to their main plays. Against Salamangreat, the deck generally prefers to go second, as it has the tools to break their board with a free Gemini Spark, Gearfried, and number S39 Utopia the Lightning, which can attack multiple times thanks to Phoenix Gearblade. Going first, setting up Abyss Dweller, there it is again, alongside Gearfried should give the deck a chance to survive as long as Dweller resolves. So it's interesting to see, right? Because we also did get Jorfio talking about Crystal Beast, and I think we did see Jorfio playing Crystal Beast yesterday, so let's see what he says about that. Crystal Beast, in my opinion, the best of the tier 3 decks, being able to win against most decks unless they open specific techs, Forbidden Droplet going second, Hallowed Life Barrier, or Droll and Lockbird, even though it's pretty bad this meta. Going first. Some people are cutting the Sky Striker cards for more generic options, however, that usually means going first against heroes you don't really have a strategy to survive, but it can make the going first board against other matchups better. Sky Striker cards are better going second though, so I personally prefer them. So, interesting takes. Gearfried is getting love. The Elemental Hero deck right now has been nerfed. I don't even know how to play well. The deck was ruined. The funny thing is that it's still a tier 2 deck, right? It's still, like, fine. Like, it's not... Like, tier 2 does not mean bad. It just means it is not on salad levels. And the deck still has plenty of tools to do everything it had done before. It's just been hit with a little bit of consistency. And I think some people really do underestimate how much a consistency hit can hurt a deck, right? But that's kind of it for that. There's no other, like, Duel Link stuff going on at the moment, so we are just going to go straight onto the OCG. And this is the most interesting one. We have Eternity Aether Dragon. So this is an interesting card because this is a brand new rarity. So this is like Overrush Black or something, I think it's called. It probably says somewhere down here. Or it just doesn't. It just doesn't. That's fine. But either way, this is like a brand new rarity where it's like full art, but it's got like the black background on it. And this looks kind of sick. I'm not going to lie, especially compared to the non-Overrush version. Like, not a big fan of the other version, but I think this looks awesome. The only thing I don't like about this is we don't get to see, like, the whole body of the card, right? It's kind of a zoomed in, like he's taking a selfie, right? Rather than get to see the whole body of the creature, right? Other than that, it's pretty cool. But his effect is also really good. In fact, we'll take a quick look at the non-black version of the card. And I think this looks a lot lamer, personally. Although we do get to see more of the body, like, this just pose is kind of just not an exciting pose for me, especially when this one's like very imposing, right? But this card's pretty good. Eternity Aether Dragon, level 9. So first thing, level 9 is a bit of a power creep. So we have had level 10s quite a lot, but typically if a card comes out at level 10, it has something to do with a maximum strategy, or, you know, like fusion monsters exist, right? Or maximum monsters exist as well. But typically, if a card comes out at level 10, it's because it does something with maximums. Like, oh, you can summon this by tributing a maximum. Oh, this is supposed to help you enable your maximum plays. Or we just got the new Dynakaiser, which again is level 10, works with your maximum, and it helps to smooth out the kind of the ratios when it comes to playing cards that require you to have level 10s. This is just a level 9, and the only reason it's level 9 is so that cards that work on level 8 and lower don't affect it, right? So it's just naturally got like some built-in protection because of that. So it's a dragon effect, 2500 attack, 2000 defense. Requirement during your main phase, this card was normal or special summoned. Very important. Pay 500 life points. Choose one card on your opponent's field and destroy it. So this is only the turn it's summoned, right? So we can't just use this every single turn if it just survives. But just tribute 2, get out a guy, pop any card, is really good. Like, typically, although you are tributing 2 to summon this, effectively, your bodies are probably going to plus you. So it's not really going to be like tributing 2, right? You're not going to like -2 to get this out because the bodies that you summon are going to be plussing you before you minus off this. So, and then even if you did hard summon this and you just tributed 2 cards that didn't do anything, sure, you've -1 just like you've -2'd yourself, right? But then you've -1'd your opponent as well, so you're only still 1 down on advantage, which is like actually kind of insane. But it also does have a hard once, so you can't just like tribute this off the field, bring it back, and you can't use multiple copies in a single turn, right? That's kind of how they balance it, but it's still really good. It's still really, really strong. Cool card. One question, Tomato. Why can't I see level 12 fusion in Rush Duels? Why can't I see a level 12 fusion? I mean, is there a level 12 fusion? Let's take a quick gander. I'm trying to remember now. I think there is, right? There's the 5-headed dragon. 5 god dragon, whatever it's called. Whether or not it's going to show up on here is another question entirely. There we go, yeah. So we have Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, we have 5-headed dragon, and we have the Trinity Draggy Star, all level 12 fusions. It should be the first non-fusion, non-maximum level 9 or higher monster in the main deck. Well, it's not, because we have stuff like Dynakaiser, right? But they are maximum support cards. Pop without cost. I mean, 500 life points is not a high cost, to be honest. Exactly. It's absolutely insane. And it pops anything, right? It doesn't care about level, doesn't care about face up or face down, doesn't care about spell trap or monster. It just pops anything, which is really, really good. By the way, there is a new maximum in Go Rush with different attributes. It was showed in YouTube recently. I haven't seen that, so I can't really comment on it. Overrush Rare Premium Black version was so great to see after whatever that gold rarity was. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the gold rarity stuff personally. I think it looks kind of lame. Blue Eyes, yes. Seeing level 12 is rare. Yes, level 12 is definitely rare. Because it's strong. But I think this is cool. I think this is a cool card. The only downside I really have about this card is I do a series called Character Draft with Alex, and Alex gets all the dragons, so I don't get to play this card. That's kind of sad for me. Other than that, yeah, it's cool. So next up we have Snake Princess of Purity alternative artwork. So first things first, we'll go and grab the Snake Princess, assuming it's on the database. It should be. If we can spell princess. Is it not on here? Brad, what are you doing, brother? All right, we got to show this card off because it's one of my favorite cards in Rush Duel. So we have Snake Princess of Purity. So this is it. So this is what the card looks like. It's a really cool card. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. One face-up monster on your opponent's field loses attack equal to the number of face-up light attribute monsters on your field times 600. So if it's on its own, you just minus 600. That's still fine. If you aren't on your own, you'll get a bigger negative to your opponent. But then if you have 3 face-up monsters, again, doesn't matter if they're light or anything, it's just if you have 3 face-up monsters, you draw 1 card, right? So that's it. Realistically, it's a nice card. It was generally quite a powerful card because getting a free plus off of a boss that also weakens your opponent's monsters is generally really strong. But it is getting an alt art, and this is its alt art. And take a look at this. This is the same card, that cute girl that we just saw. Has a baddie mommy phase, and this is what she looks like now. Seeing a maximum card with a different attribute is kind of confusing. I mean, it is what it is, right? So I will send you the links to the new maximum in Discord in a few seconds. I would appreciate that. I would love to see it. But I mean, Snake Princess of Purity. I mean, if you had showed me this card in a vacuum, I would not have known this was Snake Princess of Purity. So this is a reptile as well, by the way. Which just follows Yu-Gi-Oh's, like... It's an insect, but it's also a hot anime woman, right? And now we have, like... Or we've had these for a while, but it's like... It's a reptile, but it's also just a hot anime woman. But, you know, as one of my favorite cards, I'm quite happy it's getting an alt art. Then, we have the Obelisk Force invades Rush Duel. Now, anyone that's watched Arc 5 will kind of know what this means, but... You know, we're getting everyone's favorite Ancient Gear Megaton Golem. So Megaton Golem's a cool card, but this version of the card is much weaker than its TCG counterpart. It is much, much weaker, which is a shame because there's no real way to make the TCG counterpart work in Rush. So rather than like trying to convert the effects to make it work, they just removed them, which I think is a bit boring. So we have a level 9, 3300, 3300, made using 3 Earth Machine monsters whose original attack equals their original defense. And then its effect is, your opponent cannot attract cards when it declares an attack. Okay, it's just the Ancient Gear effect. If you use 2 or more monsters whose original level is 8 as material, it can attack twice. So attacking twice is good, right? Because that means one of those attacks can be a direct attack, right? It's not twice on monsters. This is a way to get to our opponent's life points, but it's not like a huge amount of damage to get through. It's not like insane. I would actually say this card is kind of bad if we didn't get this as well. So we're also getting Ancient Gear Hunting Hound. which is when you summon it, if your opponent controls a monster and there is another face-up Earth monster on your field, we can inflict 600 damage to our opponent. Okay, 600 burn is neat. But then you can fusion an Earth machine monster with an attack/defense that's equal by sending effect monsters from your hand and or field to the graveyard. So this is actually kind of big, because now we can fuse your hand, which is really, really good. And we can just summon out this, right? Who can now attack twice. So the idea is we want to just have like a large number of level 8s, which we're going to probably have anyway because we're playing Ancient Gear. And then we can use this to fuse into this quite easily and have it have a double attack, which is actually not bad. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's going to be like broken, but it's like a nice little combo to have. And especially if we didn't get a way to get this out like relatively easily, I would actually think it's kind of bad. The new maximum different attributes was called Wall Shattering Emperor. Does this maximum monster available right now in Duel Links meta? No, it won't be. I mean, Snake Princess of Purity isn't on there, so why would the brand new one be on there? That doesn't make any sense. But that's kind of it for that. And then we have the new Wind Psychic stuff. So the Shaman Bandits pay their respects. So for anyone that doesn't know, the next wave of Psychic support that we should be getting in Duel Links should be Rovian stuff, which is Wind Psychics that basically have equip spell synergies. That's kind of their thing. They're like an equip spell deck. And they're getting a brand new boss. And this is their brand new boss, which is level 10, which is obviously very big. 3600 attack. And it is called Bandiva Duo, the Agonizing Elegy of the Wind Wake. Or Bandiva Duo, the Elegy of the Wailing Winds. So this is made using any 2 level 7 Wind Psychic. So generic. It's pretty good, right? Not having to have 2 specific materials. Send another card from your hand or field to the graveyard. This card gains 300 attack times the total number of cards in your opponent's hand and on your opponent's field. So just the number of cards they have. Until the end of this turn, if there is a normal monster in your graveyard, then you can also choose 1 card on your opponent's field and destroy it. So it's a pop. Again, unconditional pop. Well, you know, it has a condition, but the card you pop doesn't have a condition to be popped. It's just pop anything. And gain a crap ton of attack. So this is potentially pretty good, especially because some of the equip spells can enable this to do some pretty dirty stuff. If I remember correctly, there's one that lets you attack twice. I can't remember if Psychics, or if Wind Psychic specifically, has a card that gives them piercing, but it's still really good. And then we have the Prefer Liar. So level 5, we don't really like level 5s, but we'll continue. If you control another Wind Psychic monster, you can normal summon this card without tribute. Okay, suddenly it gets a lot better. During the turn this card was normal summoned, which again, it's normal summoned without tribute, not special summoned. If your opponent has 4 or less cards in their hand, your opponent draws 3 cards. Then this card's level is increased by 2 until the end of this turn. Then you can choose a fusion or Psychic fusion of graveyard net to the hand. So we can summon this out without tribute, increase this card's level by 2, making it 7, so now it can be fused into our fusion, and increase the number of cards our opponent is holding, which then, once again, does let us effectively gain more attack on our big boss monster, which is pretty good. I think Rovian is better than Roman. I don't know. If their deck clash, who would win? If they both had all of their support, probably Roman, to be honest. Then we have Sitar Loot. So during the turn this card was normal summoned, if there is a face-up level 7 or higher Wind Psychic monster on your field, send 1 card from your field to the graveyard. Choose 1 spell trap in your opponent's field, return it to the hand. Then you can choose 1 equipped spell card in your graveyard and add it to the hand. So, pretty good. You know, it gets you a plus as well. Well, it doesn't really plus us because we're losing a card, but we're paying for our cost and putting a card back into our opponent's hand, which doesn't minus them, but it means they're drawing 1 less. And it does mean that trap card obviously can't be used against us, so pretty good there. Then we have just some reprints, which is just nice to see, right? Who doesn't love reprints, including Psychic Fusion? So now we'll go and take a look at what Corey has posted. He has posted some of these cards, so we can have a look at them. So let's take a look at these brand new cards that were shown off, shall we? So we have Wish of Outerverse, the World-Shattering Emperor. So this is a fire maximum monster with 3800 attack, level 10, 2500 attack. You can maximum summon this card together with Wish of Outerverse, the World Shattering Emperor L. Blah, 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 blah. This card's name becomes Outerverse in the graveyard. Okay, that's probably going to be important. Maximum mode. During your turn, this card becomes Galaxy type. Face up non-Galaxy type monsters on the field, lose 300 attack. So it's a machine that becomes a Galaxy. But then its attack, it will lose 3,000 attack during your opponent's turn. Okay. Well, you've piqued my interest. Let's take a look at the next one. So we have the L piece. Again, name becomes Outerverse while in the graveyard. Maximum mode, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. This turn, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Then you can make up to 3 face-up monsters in your opponent's field become fairies until the end of this turn. It's a continuous effect, but then it has this turn, this card can't be destroyed by card effects. Then you can make up... So that shouldn't be a continuous effect, right? Just straight up. That's just a weird one. And then you make your opponents become fairies. And this is a fairy originally. Okay, so this is a wind fairy. The other one was a fire machine. They do synergize with each other because you turn your opponent's cards into fairies, which are non-galaxy. Right, that's not helpful. I was trying to take a shortcut, but it just did not work. So we'll do this instead. Then we have the R piece. So this is an Earth Fiend. This one needs to be maximum mode to use its effect. This card inflicts piercing battle damage during your opponent's turn, and this card's attack gains attack equal to the number of face-up non-galaxy monsters on the field times 3,000. Okay, so it reduces its own attack by 3,000, but then it will gain 3,000 times the number of monsters on your opponent's field that aren't galaxy. It's a very strange card. It's a very strange card. Very strange card. In some ways, it seems really good. In other ways, it seems kind of meh. So you can get this guy out as a, what, a 3,800, right? Then it will reduce the attack of your opponent's monsters because you'll turn them all into fairies. That's fine, right? They're now 0 attack, presumably. So we can now attack over 1 for 38. And that's it. We have piercing on a 38 that reduces all our opponent's attack to 0. I mean, that's okay. That's not crazy. Like, when you look at what, like, other maximums can do, or what other, like, big boss monsters can do, like, this isn't bad, but, like, this isn't insane. This is, like, kind of a bit par for course. And especially if your opponent's on a Galaxy deck, this is going to be really bad. Because you probably aren't killing them in one hit, realistically. And then, if they're playing Galaxy, your guys are going to no longer be Galaxies. Because that's only until the end of the turn. So they'll just... You'll go back to having 800 attack, and then they'll just walk over you and kill you. I don't know. This doesn't seem great. This doesn't seem great. Wordplay on Otis and UTS. I see, I see. I'm losing it. Broken card. It has 2 normal LNR pieces with effects. And then the LNR can replace LNR but without effects. And also they already have tons of support. Okay. Well, the card in a vacuum, so far, like, it's not bad, but it's not blowing me away. I'm not like, oh man, this is going to be busted. So we have Devil Gear. So this is a maximum monster. So this is an R. Wait a minute, what? So you can just use this as... the R... That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. This card is Fiend type. So only if it's a Fiend monster. So that means when you maximum summon it, it can't use its effect. Add a level 10 Outerverse from your graveyard to your hand. Then this card becomes Galaxy type to the end of this turn. Because when you maximum summon it, it won't be a Fiend anymore. So when it's in maximum mode... This is very strange. This is very strange. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. So we have Wish of Angelova. So again, it becomes L, what's in the hand. This card is a fairy. Add a level 10. Yeah, it does exactly the same thing. But again, you won't be able to use its effects. It won't be a fairy type. The thing is, if you don't have the right pieces on, your maximum monster is just a guy that weakens non-galaxies, and he doesn't do anything else. I don't really get the benefit of attaching these other pieces outside of you'll get a 3800 guy out. He does have to be in max mode, so I guess he's kind of useless without it. That's the you get extra pieces but lose the effect in return. Yeah, it's weird. I don't think it's, like, bad, right? I'd be interested to make a deck around these cards, but I'm not super impressed by it. Let's put it that way. I think overall, it's a really cool idea, and it's going to make a really sick anime episode when I watch it. But competitively, I'm not sold. Now, again, I'd be quite happy to be wrong if this do end up being, like, really, really good. Fantastic. But I am not convinced by them, let's put it that way. So I don't really have much more to say about them beyond that. So next up, I guess, we will talk about what we did on Sunday. So on Sunday, we played Capsule Monsters on the Early Days collection, and we had a really good time playing it. We're only going to touch on this briefly. We won't linger on this for too long. But when we played Early Days collection, we had a great time. So if anyone doesn't know, Capsule Monsters is a game that was introduced in Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. There was a, like, English-only spin-off series that kind of sucked, and it was like 12 episodes long, but that was just bad. But it did get a series of games that were Japanese exclusive. We did get one of them. We got a PS2 game called Capsule Monster Coliseum over in the West. But other than that, we didn't get any of the others. So one of them is now available in the Early Days collection, and we have been playing it. And we did play with some of these monsters. And I think it was Whistling Bird did say it would be cool to see what the monsters look like when they're not in their sprite form. So we can actually see what they actually look like. And these are taken from the manga, so I thought we'd have a look. These are some of the ones we actually did see. So this was the first capsule monster we unlocked. This one's called Brain Slime. Again, it's just a brain slime. There's not really a lot going on. This was our Ninja Squid that we did unlock, but our Ninja Squid did die. So for anyone that doesn't know, in the Capsule Monsters GBA game, when your Capsule Monsters die, they are gone forever. It is permadeath. So, Ninja Squid was our primary, like, death. He was our unfortunate sacrifice that we did lose. But he did serve us well. Then we have, I can't remember what this one was called. It was like Rock Zark or something. So in the Season 0 anime, Yugi uses this, and it has like a special ability that can like destroy anything in like a diagonal line. It does not have that in the Game Boy Advance game. It's just a guy, but he was kind of like our mini boss for like the first chunk of the game. Because what we didn't realize is the way that you get your capsules is you get them from a machine. So you basically do gacha to get your capsules. But we didn't realize we got some really, really bad ones. So this guy was actually kind of a wall for us. Then there's Beaton. We currently have a Beaton. Beaton's kind of cool. It's just a little lava thing. Looks cool. Then there was Warrior of Pa, which I think this one was used again in the anime, but we didn't really get to see much going on with it. Then there's Topo. Topo is ass. We had a Topo for the longest time, and it is so weak. This thing is actually useless, so we could not wait to get this out of our team. And then there's Bigfoot. He's one of our... I don't want to say he's like one of the main squad, but he's up there. We're using him quite a lot at the moment. He's generally quite good. Then there's Monster Eye, which is like a weird one. Then this one was Dragon Wing, which has been our MVP. Dragon Wing is like so good for us at the moment. And then last but not least, we have... It was Gombo? I can't remember what his name is exactly, but yeah, he has like the Tomahawk ability, and he's who we've been using as well. But outside of that, we will then be breaking down the meta and talking about what we want to see on a potential ban list after the GRF. So yesterday, we had quite an interesting tournament. We had Mono's Rush Duel Links Weekly 22. Hello, Barox. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, Mr. Dinosaur Wing. Poor Dinosaur Wing. Dinosaur Wing, I mean, we're going to be playing more of Capsule Monsters. I don't know if we'll play it on Sunday or not, but like I'm looking forward to playing it, and Dinosaur Wing is like our big MVP. But yesterday we had Rush to Weekly 22, and we saw Dragons win. Now, this isn't without caveat, because Dragons beat Gaia, but Gaia had the bug but then we're unable to take a print screen of the bug. So it's like Dragon did win, but there's like an asterisk on it, right? So it's like, would they have won? We don't really know. The interesting result, though, was Chemicalize making top 4. This was our very own Paco Waco Taco. And obviously he did quite well to make it this far. I think a lot of people have kind of been thinking that Chemicalize is a bit of a meme. But, you know, he did make a top 4 finish. And he did okay into the Dragon deck before it knocked him out. Dragon is like the natural enemy of Chemicalized. So, like, it's not too surprising that result happened. But then, as you can see, the rest of this is Gaia, 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 and then a little bit of Psychic on the side. So with this, though, it does mean that Gaia isn't, like, as overly dominant as we necessarily would have thought. There are other decks that are taking wins, so we're currently looking at 8 wins for Gaia Matarion. We should also probably change this just a smidge to show... There you go, that's a little bit better. So what does this basically tell us? This tells us that Gaia Matarion's still best deck. Gaia Matarion was at 59% of top 4 points, but it has been pushed down a bit because, again, Psychic and Dragon have won some tournaments, so their slices are getting a little bit bigger. So Gaia is being pushed back a little bit, but is that going to be enough? Ugh. I think most things are the natural enemy of Chemicalize. So Chemicalize specifically, though, the things it's good at is AoE reducing your opponent's board. So if they're not setting, you're in a pretty good spot. You're also really good at spamming out boss monsters, right? The skill gives you bosses back to your hand every turn, or it gets you cards that get you out your bosses every turn. You have the Ember that can get out your guys very easily. You can play Secret Order to get your guys very easily. There's lots of ways to, like, very easily swarm the board, right? The issue is you kind of have to go wide with Chemicalize. There's no other way around it, which means any deck that punishes that, like Dragons, absolutely shit on it. Whereas Gaia doesn't punish you going wide. Gaia tends to punish you going narrow. So it's not super dominant into the Chemicalize, which is quite interesting. Dragons, though, do punish you for going wide. Dragons will absolutely punish you for going wide. Hello, Kim friend. Cogged 4 accounts and waiting room for fucking final Gohar Rush Cup end. Well, the question is, when are we going to get the next speed product as well? Because the next speed product is going to be the Springans, right? And I actually do quite like the Springans, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to that coming out. And I assume we're not going to get probably a Rush product for a very long time, so that's going to be the next thing to be excited about. But basically, what we're now hoping is that Gaia Matarion gets some sort of hit. And we've already talked a lot about how we could do that. Tindangle too. I personally, though, I don't like Tindangle. I think Tindangle's kind of cringe. So I am not really looking forward to that, if I'm perfectly honest. But, you know, it is what it is. Lady Jasmine's upset by that. Well, are you a Tindangle player, Lady Jasmine? I must know. I must know. But we were talking about what we think could happen after... This is kind of my wish list, I guess, rather than like a prediction. But these are the things I would like to see changed. We'll just go ahead and swap this back. It's easier to see a little bit. So these are what I would like to see. These are the changes I would really like to see. So I think skill nerfs need to come in on Gaia and Dragon. Gaia needs a nerf so that you can't play it with Matarion or Hero. It doesn't really matter how they change it. They could lock it to level 7s. That would do it. They could make it so that you can only have Magical Knights and Dragons in the extra deck. That would do it. They could change it so that you... Yeah, there's a bunch of different things they could do. The point is, at the end of the day, it needs to not let them play with those other cards. The other nerf I would still like to see with the Gaia thing is I think Gaia being able to give you a free +2 once per duel is still absolutely busted. So we spoke about this a little bit last stream, which is I think it would be nice to let you search 2 cards, but not in the same turn. So one turn you could search Polymerization, the next turn you can search any normal monster. That sort of thing. Just because it's basically, it gives you 2/3 of a boss monster for free, which is kind of insane. It's actually kind of insane. The Dragon skill is a little bit more awkward. I think fundamentally the Dragon skill is very poorly designed. I think a complete rework would be nice, where instead of caring about your opponent's attack and having that be the deciding factor, just change it based on the number of monsters your opponent has. So if they've got like 3 monsters, you get your double search, but you have to put a card from your hand back, right? rather than like playing this really weird game of silly beggars where it's like, I don't want to commit my guys to the board because then I'll turn on your skill, but I can't kill you if I don't commit guys to the board. So it just feels like you're always playing into Dragon's game. There's like no way around it, and it just kind of sucks. And the way that Dragon kind of loses is that Gaia just kind of kills it really, really quickly before they can set up. And then Dragon's kind of in a weird spot. So I think if we hit Gaia, Dragon will just rise back to power, and I don't want that. Limit 1, Type Change Beam. Type Change Beam is still cringe. I really still just don't like this card. It enables OTKs. They're not going to hit Ashura Star because Ashura Star is an anime card. I don't see a reason they would. It is one of the character's ace monsters. And I think it's different to have a card come out limited versus limiting it after it's come out, right? Because you could make the argument that, well, Luke's ace is limited and Gavin's ace is limited. It's like, well, yes, they are, but they came out limited. They're not like going to get the rug pulled under them. So I think Type Change Beam is like the next best thing to hit that. Limit 3, I want to see Battle Tested Gaia go to Limit 3. That would stop them playing things like Star Restart. That would stop them from playing things like Call of the Earthbound. It would stop them from playing things like Ghost Cyclone. It would stop just a lot of stuff, like Majesty, like is another one. Like, putting Battle Tested Gaia to 3 makes sense to me. Especially since no one's even bothering to play, like, Swift guys, so why would you bother? And then Limit 3, I think Mirror Gears goes to Limit 3. Because if Mirror Gears goes to Limit 3, it does one of two things. You either cut out 2 copies of Dragius from the deck, so the deck now only has 3 bosses, and now you have to replace those with other things that are not fusion material. Or you try and do like a 2-1 split of like Mirror Gears to Dragius, which puts you basically in the same awkward situation, which I think is actually not that bad. Damn, they unhit Mirror Gears, put that fucker back at 3. I mean, that's basically how I look at it, right? I think the Dragon deck in general wasn't super strong. Like, it was decent, but it wasn't, like, crazy good, right? But then as soon as Mirror Gear Star came out, it meant that there was now a solid 5 bosses you could play that do also combo quite well into each other, as well as Mirror Gear Star is busted, and if you can combine Mirror Gears and Mirror Gear Star together, that's just an OTK, right? So, depending on what you're against, it's just kind of busted. So I think getting rid of Mirror Gears is a big thing. I mean, we'll wait for the ads, because there are adverts going on right now. So we'll wait until that finishes before we continue on talking about the unlimits. And then the other thing we're going to have to work out as well is what to do with Psychics. I still really don't know how we fix Psychic. If Psychic even needs fixing. Because as we've seen with like the last 3 or 4 like set releases, whenever there's an OP deck, Konami tends to not nerf it so much as it just power creeps it. And that seems to be the Konami way at the moment. So we'll have to see if they continue down that road or not. Alright, and the ads are coming to an end. So welcome back anyone that did get caught by the ads. So Unlimit, Swift Gaia. Why is Swift Gaia? Why is it limited? And Dark Sword Magician is basically in the same camp. Does anyone care about these cards that can get themselves out a little bit easier? No one cares. Just unlimit them. It doesn't matter. Yami Ruler. I know originally Yami Ruler was limited because Yami Ruler plus Dragius was a popular deck back in the day. Basically, you get to say, I'm going to keep harassing your life points and you can't attack me back, right? Because effectively, I'm going to lock you out of summoning your own Dragius and doing it back to me. So I understood it. I don't think this matters anymore. We're in a meta where, realistically, Yami Ruler is actually kind of a nice deterrent to some of the stronger decks, but we're not really allowed to use it because we can only play like 1 or 2 copies because obviously Yami Tarasu is also limited, right? So I think keep Yami Tarasu limited. I think that's fine, but then just slap Yami Ruler and unlimit. I think that would be fine. I think this would actually be good for the game. So Shining City Knights. Why is Shining City Knights still unlimited? We've done a couple of unlimit waves, and Shining City Knights has remained limited the whole time. Candy Live Limit 3? I mean, I don't think they would, because they don't like hitting URs, so I think they'd much rather hit anything else other than that. And it's sort of a boss monster that, again, if it comes out limited, it sets a different precedent than if you limit it after the fact. But yeah, Shining City Knights, no one's going to play this if you unlimit it. Why is it limited? Gekka, no one plays plants. Why do we care? Now, Gekka in the future, if this was a pre-hit because of what they're going to be doing later on with the fusions and the traps when the next wave comes out, I kind of get it. This deck will need a limit 3, because if we get all the traps and the fusions, the plant deck's actually quite good. It never quite found its footing in OCG, but it is actually not bad. Then there's Tarask. Again, I feel like this was sort of a pre-hit. I don't think Tarask at Unlimited now would really do much, but it would be nice to have it. Xiphos, again, I also think this is probably a pre-limit. But again, I don't like the idea of limiting things well in advance and then... Like, why not have it unlimited and then limit it when you need to, rather than having it, like, just strangely thrown in like it is. Like, the only other thing I can think of is that this is limited basically just so you can't play triple Xiphos along with triple Order. But even then, I don't think it would be, like, crazy. It'd be good. I don't think it'd be crazy. Granganus, again, this is limited for a really stupid reason, just unlimit it. Aim Eagle. What is the machine deck even doing? Even now, Ursus, who is obviously, like, our machine expert, doesn't even play the Aim Eagle skill anymore. Because we just play Legend Draw, right? We don't... Aim Eagle going to 3 would not change that. I don't think it would be absolutely busted or anything. Insect Rampage to Unlimited. I mean, maybe. Do we actually have Insect Rampage on this list? Did we update the list with Insect Rampage? Oh, it's over in Limit 1, right? No, I think we just never added it. Alright, Insect Rampage. We just never updated our list with it. Insect Rampage, I think Insect Rampage can be unlimited as well. I think that's fine. So next up, Meet and Greet. I don't know why we're limiting Miss Mutton cards. It's not doing anything. 1,000 Knives. This one's a little bit more suspect, but I've been saying this for a while. I would really like to see what the meta looks like with Dark Magician being at full power. I don't think it would actually be crazy strong, but it would be a lot better. Now, the only caveat to that is there might be like some OTK shenanigans you can do with it, but I'd still like give it a go. Konami making stupid banlist decisions, exactly. Graveyard Grudge, again, it's even worse than Meet and Greed. I don't know why it matters. Mismatch Rivalry. Who is going to play Mismatch Rivalry, realistically, right? Like, oh, my guy's dead, but now I can bring back a body, and it's like a weak body. It's like, whatever. And then, like Parker said, Impact Rampage can come back. So then it gets to the hard bit, right? The hard bit is Aim Eagle Unlimited would be nice. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what we're hoping for, right? Whether or not it actually happens is a completely different... Because this is our wish list, right? This isn't what we expect. What I actually expect is, like, maybe Gaia skill gets a nerf. Battle-tested Gaia might go to 3, and then that's it. That's kind of what I'm expecting. That's, like, my prediction. Because Konami are really bad at hitting things around the problem. They only like to hit the direct problem, and usually by, like, a really weird way. Either they over-nerf it, or they don't nerf it enough. Unlimit Rampage, and watch Insect Gaia dominate ladder. That would be really funny, though. But the other thing is, even if you had Insect Rampage, like, you still wouldn't be able to play the Insect bosses, so you couldn't make use of, like, Dynus Dorcas in that deck. So it would literally be Insect Rampage is just there. So you convert your opponent's guy into an insect, pop it, and then that's it. That's kind of the entire limited combo. Which, like, is not bad, but you can do the same thing with, like, Siesta Terrero Harvey, right? But yeah, I really don't know what we hit with Psychic. Psychic's a weird one, because Psychic already has Jump Check, which no one plays, Ice Pot Bear, which people play at 1. We've got Can Melody that people have been dropping as of late. Like, it's not an easy one to hit. Like, if we go and grab a Psychic list, which tournaments did Psychic place well in recently? We can't use yesterday's because it's not up yet. Grand Prix 16, I don't think is up yet. Rush Weekly 20, we can use that one. That's 21. Ah, even perfect. This is perfect. So, what would we hit in here? What would we hit? So the deck's not playing any limit 1s, so setting any of this to 1 would basically just straight up... Like, you could set something to 1 if you wanted to hurt it, but, like, I don't even know what what we would. Start to 2. So start to 2 would 100% cut out a jump start, and it would potentially cut out a negate attack or a second copy of start. The thing is, I don't know if start is like a super crucial part, but then again, what else would you hit? Like, the only other thing to hit is like performer, right? It's like performer, or you do something weird like Prima plus Roman to 1, but I don't think they hit Prima. So like, you could set like Psychic Upper to 1, or Psychic Upper, but I think even that feels bad. I already see the vision that Konami will do. Hit Gaia and then release new modern Matarian cards in the next product. Could you imagine? Because the deck isn't good enough yet. It's... Right, they're not hitting Divergence. They're not hitting, like, Fusion. They're not hitting any of the generic cards. So none of that's getting hit. I think the only candidates are going to be Jump Start, Candy, Rhythmical Performer, maybe Psychic Upper. I think they're the only cards they hit. Probably a small hit is enough. Yeah. I don't even think, like, it's that big of an issue to hit Psychic. Although Psychic is a strong deck, and it would still probably have a really good win rate. Dragons is, like, frustrating to play against, right? Gaia Matarian is frustrating to play against. Psychic isn't necessarily frustrating unless you're playing a super aggro rushdown deck, and you just can't quite finish them off because they keep gaining life. I kind of like the jump start to 2. It basically just hits the consistency a little bit. It stops the life gain a little bit. It's just a little slap on the wrist. I think all it needs is a slap on the wrist. I think that's probably fine. If they hit Gaia and or Dragons to prevent Psi tier 1 again. Yeah. I think I like this. I think I quite like this. We'll just go scooch over again, show it on the screen so it looks a bit better. Gaia Dragon, Type Change Beam, Jump Start, Battle Tested Mirror Gears. Then we got all of the unlimits. But again, what I actually expect is a Gaia skill nerf and Battle Tested to 3. That is literally all I expect. If they do anything more than that, I will be excited and surprised. Like, maybe they'll throw in, like, a couple of token unlimits, but, like, I don't expect Dragon to get hit. I don't expect Matarian to get hit. I don't expect Psychic to get hit. I really just don't expect them to get hit at all. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. But with that done, we will be jumping in to GRF. We're going to play some GRF. We're going to play some Sea Serpents and see how it goes. This is actually going to be our first game in the GRF against PvP. Let's see what happens. I think this deck looks like a bricky mess. I'm expecting a bricky mess. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We have to give the deck the benefit of the doubt until it proves itself that it's just bad to us, right? They will unlimit 2 cards and call it a ban list. I mean, potentially. Also, hello, Wonder. Alright, it looks like we're against Gaia in the first game. But it could be pure. Alright, let's go. Crashing Twin Tides. I guess we'll put Granganus back. But then again, Granganus is kind of bad. So I think I'd actually rather put the Headbad Cashlot back, right? Assuming we even get to play. Like, Headbad Cashlot, I'd rather draw later on. Because, like, getting 900 burn is, like, neat or whatever. But, like, this actually does something. But for now, we wait to see... Oh, our time is still ticking down, even though it said it wasn't? Okay. That's fine, whatever. When can we use our skill? One face at level 7 or higher. Okay, so we have to have a level 7 or higher. It's a little bit annoying. So I'm going to set. I'm going to tribute this out, because I just want to get my skill on the field. And I don't really want to have this guy lingering in my hand. Especially because the deck plays so many. Go, Umi. We'll set, and yeah, screw it. We'll summon Attack Reminiscent attack. Let's see what happens. I would like to activate me. Why do they play it face down? That's interesting. It is a little bit awkward that the only way to get the field spell is to get a 7 out. Because it means that cards like our little sea dolphin here, our light dolphin, become very awkward. 100% win rate, guys. I think we could probably just end the stream there, right, realistically. And then we can make the video 100% win rate. Sea Serpent deck. Absolutely insane. This deck is cracked. Alright, let's go again. I'm really hesitant to, like, leave a big pile of level 7s in the hand, right? If we have more than one, obviously we cannot leave them in hand. But when I have even just less than that, I don't like holding onto them. Because I know that we play 5 more in the deck, right? Well, looks like it's probably Gaia again. Only 3 and extra, though. That's a bit weird. Right, I guess we will just go for the old set pile. And then I guess we do tribute this out. Because, like, what else are we doing with it? I really don't want to end with 2 in hand, that's for sure. And then we don't want to draw into our field spell. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Flip it over. And then we will pass. Alright. That's what he does. But how are you beat by 2700 attack monster? Sidra. Okay. Well, I do get to reduce your attack, which is nice. Barrage of Steel. Is that even worth it? Is that worth the Barrage of Steel? I mean, it turns off like 500 burn from Cachalot. It turns off... I mean, if you needed it to attack over this, then that's definitely worth it, but... Nope, we didn't need it. Alright, we can beat this. We do have TSA in the deck, but we're going to need to find it soon. We have 2 monsters in grave. That's 3 monsters in grave. So we are going to have to find one soon. Bro, Manicus just subscribed. Thank you, Pro Manicus, for the sub. Welcome, welcome.
Pro Manicus just subscribed for 3 months.
What are we doing with this? I can't use you because we don't have either of those cards in the graveyard. And your defense stack kind of just is troubling to me. I need to get as many cards out of the hand as physically possible. So what we set, we tribute 1, we tribute 2. I will activate my skill. Haha! And then I can activate... Wait, do we even want to activate this? We already have plenty in the graveyard. I think sending more cards to the bin might not actually be the way to go here. So we will just end. Yeah, we just need to draw TSA. That is currently our out. But how are you doing, Pro Manicus? Welcome, welcome. Did you play your OCG game, by the way? I'm curious as to if you played it and if you won it. The skill setting Umi once in a meta with loads of spell trap pop is annoying. Yes. I mean, speak of the devil. Cybernetic customization. Boost the attack up. The most annoying thing about that is that he now gets to pierce over me. Which means I'm going to take an absolute crap ton here. But I needed to get the cards out of the hand either way. And it's like... I mean, this one's 600 difference. That one was only 300. Alright. We need to find our card, like, now. So we're going to activate Clashing Twin Tides. We need to find a TSA. Right, we found a TSA. Whew. Alright. I will normal summon Light Dolphin. I will activate the Stream of Elimination. We will tribute 1. Tribute 2. I can activate my skill again. I can activate his effect. So I can reduce by 500, which means I still can't attack over that because Umi's gone. So I guess we're going to do this. We'll activate Talismanic Seal Array. I don't even know what I want back in my deck, if I'm perfectly honest. Do I even want 2 of these back in? I mean, I guess. If I reduce this, how much is that going to get down to? 15. So I could crash. If he gets any Sidra, he just breaks me anyway. If I leave that as well, he can just attack over. So I think I have to crash. It just kind of sucks I couldn't get it low enough to actually kill both. But if he just top decks a Sidra, we're dead anyway. But I think this is the best thing we can do. Not yet, just got back home. I see, I see. I mean, that's not a Cyber Dragon. That's not a Cyber Dragon. That's still not a Cyber Dragon. Oh, that's painful. We're going to lose to Grand Cerberus. Oh, I mean, effectively, we lost to, like, Cyber End, and we didn't draw an out for it immediately. But, like, I mean, we'll save the replay, I guess. I have a feeling we're not going to get many wins, so we're just going to have to see what we can do here. Konami is weird when it comes to skills. Gaia can set up every turn and for free, while the Umi skill can only put Umi on the field. Can't put Umi on the field every turn. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Alright. Hopefully... The thing is, right, if we can't beat Cyber Dragon, how are we beating anything else? That's kind of the concern we're going to have here. Wonder who's Konami's favorites? Not dinosaurs. We're not allowed any skills. At least insects have a full playable deck. That's a yikes hand. So this is the issue with this deck. So this list, again, that we're playing, this is a slightly edited version, although the consistency should remain pretty much exactly the same as the list that topped Angel Cup. But it plays 6 bosses. And it doesn't play a ton of normal summons. So it's like... Only 2 and extra. Does that mean it's Sidra again? Well... this doesn't look great. Let's see what happens. Looks like it is going to be Sidra. I'm not liking our odds of winning this, you know. Yo, how are Sea Serpents? So far, Alex, they are completely useless. They don't do anything, and they brick. Has he got double Barrage of Steel, just to get rid of absolutely everything we've got, and set us back to, like, 0? Okay, at least he doesn't have that. But he does have an Ancient Gear Golem. I mean, we can deal with Golem if we can summon out our guy. We are, however, on 1,500 life points. I mean, we knew Sea Serpents were going to be bad as soon as we saw the skill. It was like, even if we had Daedalus, the deck still wouldn't be good. It would just have a game plan, right? Well, we're getting all of the ouchies. Not as strong as the Abyss Kite deck for sure. Exactly. I mean, this is just lethal, so we can't do anything. Alright. I think immediately we're going to try and tweak the deck a little bit. So this is the list. The changes we made were that we actually put the TSAs in because it lets us deal with big things, because otherwise the deck just can't deal with big things. There are too many bosses in here. The issue is, Granganus sucks, but it does turn on Kleindros, which is the reason we kind of want him in, but he is kind of bad. So I do think we take one of him out. I think we might also just straight up want... I really don't know how I feel about clashing Twin Tides as well. If it sent it to the graveyard, I would really like it, but it doesn't send to grave, it puts back in deck. No, I genuinely think clashing Twin Tides is the worst version of this card. Like, it's so bad. You have little chances to use Kleinjoss effect anyways. I mean, you're not wrong. But when you can, it can be really good. TSA, you'll have to keep putting stuff back anyway. Yeah, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's bad. I like Tide. You can like Tide. It doesn't change the fact it is the worst version of this card, right? Sending it to graveyard and drawing 2 is always going to be better because you can always put the card back into your deck and draw the exact same card out. And not even just another copy, you can draw the exact card that you put back. And that is always going to be an issue. So the question is, do we put in Destroys to plus? Because we could do something weird, like, we could do, like, Rhythmical. But it is entirely random as to whether it works or not. The alternative is we can put in more 1500 beaters. There are still more we could put in. Siesta Terrera is another option, but again, I think it clashes too much with TSA. You can play 1 negate, no other traps to increase consistency. I mean, potentially. The only thing is, we're expecting to play against Gaia and Cyber Dragon, and Buffered Slime's good into both of those. Like, those are the decks we're expecting to play against the most. Technically, you can play the Thunder package. Well, define the package. Because you can play Thunder 1500s. What's, like, the rest of the package? Obviously, Takraminos is just a nice card because it's a Sea Serpent and it has 1200 defense, so it enables, you know, Stream of Elimination. It's like, that's kind of nice to have. Fusions, restarts. You play the Thunder Fusion package. I'm not convinced by that. 5 bosses, no way to gain card advantage. You have to play 10 spell traps at most, I think. Yeah. You're not wrong. We also have no way to, like, enable Rhythmic Performer, so it's just, like, pray. But it technically can give us advantage. Dumping cards in the graveyard doesn't necessarily help us out either. Right, let's cope a little bit with Manicus for a sec. Let's take a look at the Thunder stuff and see which stuff we're actually allowed to play. So we can't play Octospot because it's level 6. I believe that is the wording of the skill. Level 2 to 4s. Yeah. So 2 to 4 can be anything. Extra deck doesn't matter, which means we can get Poseidon, but we can't have Showering Seaferno. Which is ironic, because the deck has like a sub-theme of burning. And this burn, but this one doesn't. And it only boosts Thunder monsters as well. No, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's just bad. Hello, Sakadetsu. Welcome on in. Because we could do this, and just kind of leave it like this. Five bosses, again, with no way to plus, just feels really bad. I think you need the 2 Clashing Twin Tides if we're sticking with 5 bosses. But also, we can't use our skill without getting a boss out, so we're going to need them. Only other option is not using the skill. I mean, we're playing the skill. If for nothing, no other reason, just for the video, we want to have a video of the skill, right? Alright, let's try out this for now. We'll see how this feels, and we'll probably come back to this again in a minute. Alright. Let's see if we can hopefully get a hand that isn't a brick. Hello, Victor. Welcome, welcome. Yami Maikon. Alright. Playing Yuo. So, which flavor is... Oh, it's actually going to be a Yuo skill. Okay, this could just be Metarion. I don't really know how we beat Metarion, mind. I think we're just going to chill for now. I don't really want to slam Granganus on the field, and we can put it back into our hand with Twin Tides next turn. The issue is, if this is just Metarion, which we're fully expecting, how do we aggro them out of the game? We can't really. How you doing? We're doing okay. Sea Serpent versus Metarion. I tried a few times. It goes meh. I mean, the Sea Serpent deck is just crap, so I'm not expecting much out of this at all, but... Okay. I mean, I guess this could have been worse. I mean, we're on Snake Clown, so obviously it's a bad list. The issue is, if we can't beat these bad lists, then what do we even do? Well, we're not getting the plus off of that. Can we have it from graveyard? Like, once per duel? Deck or graveyard. Okay, so actually playing it's not bad then. Right, let's start out with Pog. Then I will go ahead and summon out Rhythmical. Let's fire off the effect, see what you got. I do get my free draw, which is always nice. Then I will summon Dolphin. Summon Hayasube. Activate Umi. Activate Dolphin. Take my free plus. Well, we're not using that. We'll activate Stream of Elimination. Try and deny him as many resources as we possibly can. So Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Summon out the Granganus. I mean, maybe I should have summoned out Granganus first, but like the risk-reward is a bit all over the place there. Just because if he had like Trap Hole and we didn't know about it, we could just walk Granganus into death. We'll go Light Dolphin. Again, it's a little bit risky leaving it in attack, but like if we drew a spell trap there, it'd be feeling really good. We'll just get a battle here and we will just swing over. Get a little bit of damage in. We have to apply pressure where we can. Then we'll pass. I didn't have time to read what does the Dolphin do. So if we have Umi or Big Umi face up, and we have a Fish, Sea Serpent, Thunder, or Aqua type normal monster on the field, we get to draw one card. That's a little bit restrictive, but it's quite nice. I actually kind of like drawing out the Umi, because now if this gets popped, we have another way to get it back. But then, that's not really a benefit. It's just like, now I have a little bit of security. Adds the Imaginary Arc Turbo. Are you ready for us to get OTK'd? Like, Type Change Beam, Actor, Sword Dancer, Fusion. Okay, Juggles has come down. Imaginary Arc Turbo. Well, we're going to lose our boss. Why did we summon face up our little actor? I mean, bro's clearly not, like, a strong player. Like, I don't know why we're questioning this. Bottom of your deck, especially summon a Fish or Sea Serpent from your hand. That's kind of useless. Well, go, Light Dolphin. Hey! Go, Rhythmical. Get another draw. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon the Tacriminos. Activate our skill. Boost the attack. Activate Talismanic Seal Array. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. Reduce the attack. Set. Go to battle. Swing. Swing. We did it, guys. We managed to beat Vanilla Beatdown. Didn't you need to use the talisman? It's not about needing to use the talisman. It's about clicking the buttons. Now, do we actually... Right, we'll save this replay. Not because it was a good replay. Because we got to do what we wanted to do, right? And we might not get to do that very often. So, although that is a really bad replay, I'm not sure how often we're actually going to play our game. Are there any good field spell decks in Rush in general? So Worms is probably the main one. Worms is like not terrible. It's not like a tier 1 deck. It never really has been. But there are different iterations of Worms that have been pretty good. Then beyond that, Beast Gear is like... After it got its second wave of support, again, it never really stood out, but it's always been like a strong rogue pick. I guess Ancient Gear is probably the other one that's actually standing out as actually not being that bad, and it does kind of revolve around a field spell. Like, it's not awful. It's not great. It's not awful. Water, best deck. How dare you bully bad players? Well. If you can keep saving replays now, it just overwrites old ones when you're full. It doesn't overwrite locked ones, though. Yeah, it's always done that. Or it has for a while, at least. I don't know how long it's been like that, actually. Oh, my fortune. I got 81 gems. This is actually the only Mario Kart song that I have in my playlist. I should probably get more. This is just my favorite one. Ana Mutsuba. Now, is this actually going to be an Ana... No, of course it's not. It's not a Saka. It is a Gaia or a Cyber Dragon, depending on how many cards are in the extra deck. It's Gaia. Three back row, eh? Behold, Takriminos and his best friend, Takriminos, and their friend, Sea Dragon Kleindros. How will you defeat my board of impressive monsters? It can be Sidra. Now they have 9 extra cards, to be fair. He just... So there's no delay. He just spent 2,000 life points to stop himself taking 2,500 life points. It can be whatever the hell this is. There is definitely some more Dark Galaxy cards in here. Universal Storm. Oh no, my Clashing Twin Tides. Shit. Is that Star Trancer? Why would we not just be on the character for these cards if we're just playing Dark Galaxy? What is the tech that he has in this deck that he has to be on a different skill to use? Let's go. Stream of Elimination. Eliminate. Wow, that was neat. We'll go Rhythmical Performer. I would love a draw. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon forth the Headbutt Cachalot, activate the skill. Boost this up. I would love to have an Umi on the field, why not? Flip it over. Activate the effect of Headbutt Cachalot. Reduce. And burn. Summon. Go to battle phase. Swing over for 11. Swing for 17. Swing for 17. Alright, we can't even look at his deck, can we? We'll never find out what skill he's on. I mean, we'll just never know. I mean, we're gonna save it. These might be the only 2 wins in the video for all we know. Head is bad, poor wife. Exactly. I don't know why they changed it from headbutt, other than the fact headbutt has the word butt in it. Yet Grand Anus is fine. It's like, come on guys, what are we doing here? What are we even doing here? V Brizzy. Let's see what V Brizzy's got for us. Exactly, Manicus, exactly. We're going second. Oh my god, 2 win streak, guys. Oh my god, crazy. We're going so hard. Rush on Oblivion. Where are these, like... Right, I don't want to be mean, because obviously a lot of these players are just like, they're not Rush players, or they're just, you know, they're just playing very, very casually, whatever. But, where are these players? Are these like the actual like rookie rank players? They're just here for like their gems? I really need to draw a normal summon. It's the Great Cosmonarch! Chad. You're in the lower levels, this is what this is. Yeah, but even when I was playing like in rookie, I was never like running into this. So it's either gamble on the top of our opponent's deck being a spell trap, or it's just kind of set and pray. I think setting and praying is probably the line, but I'm not even convinced by that, if I'm honest. See what he's got. Just wait till you get to level 80 and everyone is only running Gaia and Dragons. I mean, we're expecting that to happen eventually. Also, hello, Roz. I'd almost rather be losing to those decks so I can get good replays. Shining City Knights! Limit 3 card, guys. Limit 3 card on the board. It's boosting a total of 1 of his monsters. We might lose to this, by the way. We might lose to this. Vanishing Heliacal Riser, and it gets a boost because Shining City Knights is on the field! He's gonna get a free draw! We might actually die. This is actually great. Discards for the power boost. Doesn't want to have the Reverie in hand, I suppose. We're going to take 32. Oh, are we going to lose to this pile of crap? Oh my god! It's happening! Alright, Twin Tides. Okay, we can now play the game. I'm not convinced by it. Let's summon. This plays under Trap Hole. Stream of Elimination. Stream of Elimination. Block attack. Interesting, interesting. What do we do here? Do I actually have to pop his spell trap to not die? We can flip this over. That's easy enough. We can activate this. I think we actually have to kill this because it can always out us. We're going to boost this up. And I think because we're doing that, we're actually going to use Stream of Elimination to pop his spell trap. As weird as it is. As weird as it is. Alright. Let's see what he does. Right now, he can't beat us. Right now, he can't. Hammer Crush! So he's going to have 3 cards to work with. Discards a level 6. Does pop the Umi. We can just get the Umi back. Summons out Vortex Shooter. Summons out Vortex Shooter. No longer has a face-up spell card, so can't get his extra bonus. Summons out Milky Wave Neo. Activates Heliacal Riser. Shuffle back, gain 200 attack, and that's it. Well, unfortunately, my friend, you're not going to be killing my monster right now. Okay. We'll go Pot of Greed. We really want to find a boss. We have not found a boss. That's actually kind of annoying. Because now I can't clear both of these. Well, we always Territory of the Sea King. Boost the attack. Grab back the Umi. Flip this over. Then what, we just set 2 guys in defense? There's not really any other option. I think we are going to weaken this and attack over that. I think it's arguably the more annoying of the cards it got. I hate it when Pot of Greed does literally nothing helpful. Yeah. Then we just pass. It's like we activated Pot of Greed, and then it's just made it so we're not drawing any cards next turn. We're just going to draw a single card. And it's like, that's all it did. It was completely useless. Okay, so that means you can now crash into us. Oof. Summons out Oblivion from hand, which means now we actually have to find a way to deal with this. If he plays like Meteor Charge, by the way, we could just randomly die. So that's 2. Attacks over that for 7. Just clears one of our defenses. Where is Mr. Megalodon? We may never know. Then we have Granganus, but it doesn't mean anything if we can't use that. So I guess I will probably just start setting all the vanillas. And then we pass. This feels like an episode 3 duel. The problem is, the fact that this deck can't even convincingly beat a random-ass pile of cards is such a big problem, right? How is this deck supposed to be anything relatively meta if we can't beat vanilla beats? Like, actually how? And here they come all at once. Okay. I mean, to be fair, this is not a bad hand. I need to do this in a very specific order, don't I? So we'll go Klindros, activate Klindros, Grand Extreme back, special Cachalot, summon Performer, activate Performer, draw a card. It needs to be a second Cachalot. Are we actually going to deck out here? No, we're going to walk into his trap cards. That's what we're going to do. It's 1,000. This is 900. Oh, maybe I should have just weakened the other one. That would actually probably be a better line. But if he's got any trap cards, it doesn't matter anyway, right? So he's got the reduced by 500 attack trap, I would assume. So I'm going to attack this. Now, the downside here is we're going to deck out. Do we have our last TSA? Is that still available to us? It is. Okay, one of the last 4 cards on the deck is TSA, so we'll be fine as long as we don't just die here. Fish don't think too far. Go for the 5-set Goldfish Memory. That's all we need. Imagine he plays, like, Performer and mills me for 1 hit. Imagine. Deck out, rip. Now, we're not going to deck out. We're fine. Tributes 2, summons Great Cosmonarch. This lets him deal with one of them very easily. So is he going to crash? He's probably going to crash. Oh! That's only a 600 boost. One, two, three. Great Cosmonarch's effect. We're going to discard a card. Swings over that for 7. Swings over that for 6. And gets over our Dolphin. Alright, now the issue is we need 2 normal summons. We have 2 normal summons. We didn't even need 2 normal summons, we had that. Okay. So we can just cheat that out if we want. We'll drop Talismanic Sealery. I mean, what do I even want back? Probably you. I don't know, you and you. Welcome back to the deck, friends. Reduce. Go, Grand Extreme. Oh, it's only normal summon. Ooh. We probably should have read that. I'm sure it's fine. No, we're okay with not doing that. So we can activate. I don't think it matters. Either he's got a trap to stop us or he doesn't. Go get him, champ. I think he's going to have the reduce 500 one. Oh, he's got barrier. Okay. Yeah, so we win anyway. What a weird duel. What a weird duel. Bro, we barely took a win off of, like, Galaxy Pile. Oh, Sea Serpent is super yikes. It's super yikes, bro. The skill is just kind of bad. As well as, like, the quality of the monster in the deck is just really bad. Is there, like, anything redeeming? Did we just, like, try and... We're trying to play it right now as, like, a beatdown deck. When clearly beatdown isn't going to work. Because it's just, like, a worse beatdown deck than everything else. I'm actually wondering if we swap the bosses round and try and lean into the burn aspect of Granganus, but Granganus doesn't even... He's not even always live, right? So it's like... It doesn't actually do anything. I can't see the vision for how to make this, like, remotely playable. Like, as an aggro deck, it's bad. Add Mega Shark. We can't add Mega Shark. It'll turn the skill off. We're not even allowed to put Mega Shark might actually be somewhat playable in this list. We're not allowed to use it. I really don't know anything good we can do with this. Like, Headbutt Cachalot, like, it's not even good. It's just, it's playable, right? Like, it's not good. Reducing your opponent's attack by 500 is not, like, good. It's just, like, it's not awful. Can you play the Aqua Engine? No, we can't, because they have to be water monsters. All of the monsters in your constructed deck are water attribute monsters, and all of the monsters that are 2 to 4 are Sea Serpents, or that aren't 2 to 4. So everything has to be water. So we're immediately locked into this, just like before we even get going. I realize you can't actually see, but there's not a lot of options. Like, we can play a couple of Thunder cards. We can play Angler Coilfish. We can play Aqua Sorcerer. We can play Water Magician. We can play Rice Terror Secure. Siesta Terrero. We can play Santa. Mystic Dealer. We could play Future Diviner. We can't even play Mr. Alchemy. We're not allowed to play Mr. Alchemy. That's how, like, down bad we are. Santa fun, but missing a lot of cards. Yeah, there's just, like... So, I mean, there's nothing to work with. Like, even if we were to try and put, like, a Thunder package, which I think is, like, super cope anyway, all we can do is get this out, which is just a 3,000 attack guy and requires a lot of investment to get out. I mean, I guess we'll just keep going with this. I can't see anything we can do to make this any better. We're just gonna keep going, I guess. I mean, I want this to be good. I really want this to be, like, not even, like, good. It doesn't need to be good. I just want to, like, I want to see a world in which I can take games off of good decks, and I just do not see that at all. Alright. Is this going to be Gaia? Probably going to be Gaia? Although we said that a few times and it hasn't been. The turn 1 Essel. So is this Hero or is this Gaia Hero? It's Gaia Hero, okay. Alright, I do not know how on earth we're supposed to beat this. Adds the Poly immediately, so he's going for a turn 1 fusion. Adds the Vanilla Gaia. Our win con is that he's bad. Like, that's our win con. He'll just play it badly. I mean, he's already doing this on turn 1, which... arguably just a bad play. I hate seeing turn 1 Esso, it just screams, if you won the coin flip, I still won. I mean, it is what it is, right? I've had some people, like, on, in YouTube comments saying that they want Essel banned. Like, as in, like, now. And I'm like... I think Essel's was a lot more damaging back when it was, like, just kind of semi-busted, right? Right, we'll go Pot of Greed immediately. I guess we will... Is there, like, a way to play around stuff? Right, we'll summon out Kleindros. No delay, so you don't have to worry about that. But now we're just going to go for a 50-50 stream. We'll just hit this one. I guess we go Dolphin, Tribute Dolphin. Yeah, again, we probably should have gone for the summon first to get more burning. Again, I don't think it actually matters too much, but... Aha! 300 burn! We'll boost the attack. Set Umi. We'll flip it over. We are going to summon out the Light Dolphin. Summon out the Takraminos. Activate Light Dolphin. Ah, that's unfortunate. Hoping for a back row or another Tribute Monster, but it is what it is. Now, did we win the 50-50? Maybe. And then we will bully him. Haha, now you're in range of my Conqueror of Champions that I can't play. Lots of mirror matches makes Essel feel way worse than usual. Hello, Gunkin Suship Shari, by the way. Welcome on in. Essel is fine now. When we had less consistency, it was scary. I mean, back when, like, getting a Dragius or a Innovator off the top would just end the game. Yeah, double TSAs is open. Okay, that's fine. Then it was, like, kind of scary, right? Is Essel that big of a problem, though, to be banned? Realistically, no. It was back when it was seeing 100% representation in every single deck. But now, no. Like, we're reaching the point where Essel would have been out anyway. Like, Essel came out, I want to say, basically just before Go Rush Fusions, I want to say. Aha, you fool, I get another draw. Go, Stream of Elimination. That's just 50-50. I mean, that's not a bad hit. We'll go Hayo Sube. We'll go ahead and Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon this guy out. We can activate the skill, boost his attack up, activate the effect, reduce. Then we're just going to summon this, and I think this is fine. I don't think I want anything else. We'll go back, we'll play around what potentially could have been a, God, what do you even call it? Recital, because we already had one recital. I mean, again, we'll save the replay. It's not a good replay, but we actually managed to get a win. And it was against a good deck, even if the build was bad and the player was bad. Like, it was still tier deck, right? Also, hello, Elmaz. Welcome, welcome. Dolphin's so cute. Dolphin is so cute. Don't hit my free-to-play waifu, please. Nope. Has to go down, Acceleration Gate. That's just how it goes. Also, welcome on in, Acceleration Gate. Hope you're having a great day. I told you to swim to win. That's all you have to do, just swim to win. Badass Toby. Why is ass allowed, but I can't have P in my name, like P-E-E? And head bad Cashalot is head bad because we weren't allowed to have butt in the name, but ass is apparently fine. Top of the morning to ya. Ooh, that's a bad hand. That's a real bad hand. I'm gonna summon an attack. Because, like, I don't really know what else we're doing here. And if he's playing Gaia, it won't matter too much if it's in defense. This deck need more traps. But we don't have room for traps, is the issue. And even if we did have room, what traps would we put in? If we had the Sea Serpent specific traps, they'd be fantastic. I'd put them in a heartbeat. The only other card we could put in is, like, Slime. Which, again, we took out earlier because we had too many spell traps. Did I miss the normal summoning of? What do you mean? It's not Kappa, it's Hayasube. Look, it's Hayasube. It's not Kappa. He's an amphibian, is strong in the attack, but leaves much to be desired when defending. Also, hello, Shui. I know we're going to lose a random back row. Stream of Elimination is gone. Another Hammer Crush. He's paying 4 cards from his hand to destroy our back row. What did he discard? Fusion and Essel. Why are we playing Hammer Crush and Gaia? Again, assuming this is Gaia, right? What is going on? We're on Red Robe? The sad thing is, bro is still going to draw more cards than we are. Alright, we need to not brick here. Christ. Okay. Alright. Clashing Twin Tides, I need you to do your thing, please. Okay. This is playable. Alright, what we're going to do is, we are going to summon out Granganus. Although, it technically is more damage, but it's a lot easier to break. But this gets this out of our hand, and we can make it so we don't draw into Umi. Which means, again, it's going to fix consistency. And that is desperately something that we need. So we'll flip this over. Go to battle, get him for 31, which is 100 more damage than if we hadn't Tribute Summoned. Discarding Essel going second? Exactly. Pyro Gaia, let's go. How cope is Umi? It is unbelievable cope. It is unbelievable. Alright, he draws 5. He's already used 2 Hammer Crushes, so I don't think he's going to start discarding his entire hand again. He's going defensive. We have no way to beat defensive monsters. Okay. Behold, Stream of Elimination. Neat. Do I even tribute someone with this hand? Like, probably not, right? Kleindros. Tacriminos. Set. Set. I mean, I guess we'll use the skill, because, I mean, I've got it. Wow. Go get him, champ. Why is bro on Volcano Rat? Oh, why can't I look at these people's decks? Why can't I look at these people's decks? Would the deck be good if had a skill that starts with Umi on the field? No. That would not be enough. That would not be anywhere near enough. The thing is that you have to compare this against the other decks of the field. It's nowhere near as good as any of the tier 1s. Realistically, you have to compare this to, like, tier 3 / like, rogue decks, right? So you're comparing this to, like, Cyber Dragon. You're comparing this to Dark Galaxy, right? That sort of power level deck. And even then, this is going to be a lot worse than those decks. We still don't have any way to beat set 3 pass. We still lack a skill that pluses us, except we get Umi once per duel, which is really bad. Even our in-engine way to plus is Dolphin, which also sucks. Just allow us to add Umi like the Worm skill. Even that on its own, though, wouldn't fix this deck. Like, it would help. It's not going to suddenly make it good. It's Yahi. Somehow we're on a 5-win streak. I mean, we'll see how long we can keep this going, I guess. No extra deck. I mean, right, we have to use Clashing Twin Tides here, right? There's no way we can't put this back. Alright, we set. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon this. I'm gonna set. I think I'm just gonna summon Tacriminos. Is it even worth getting the field? I will get the field spell because I just don't want to lose a draw into drawing into it. But I don't actually know if it's worth just having the field spell out if we're going to do absolutely nothing with it. But I like having a 27 and a 17 on his turn. So, like, maybe that'll be enough. It's bugs! I mean, that is a little bit annoying, because he has exactly what he needs to out my board, but, like, the crackback should be fine as long as we don't brick. Ah, 400 damage. Well, let's see what Pog's got for us. Well, let's see what Dolphin's got for us. Well, let's see what Rhythmical Performer's got for us. There we go. See? Easy. Easy clap, guys. What are you all worried about? The freest game of all time. Oh, we did not deserve that whatsoever, but we'll just keep going. And then another boss to the bin as well. That kind of sucks. Go get him, Headbad Cachalot. And then we'll absolutely bully this man down to 13. Alright, let's see what he's got. Can he out 2 Kappas and a whale? Can anyone out 2 Kappas and a whale? Okay, so he's probably got Dynus Dorcas. Oh, he's going to pop something. You're going to pop the field spell. Do it, do it. Ah. Summons that Biomech Mantis, so we're going to change something else into a bug. Right. Oh, it loses 200 because it's no longer... That's sad. Alright, so he does have the Dinosaurus, and that will let him out 2 of my guys. Now, the issue is that we now have 1, 2, and 3 going to be in the graveyard. Which means we need to draw a boss monster. We only have 2 left in the deck. We're only getting 3 draws. Head bad. Yes, head bad, cash lot. I mean, we could just out him with this. Alright, step 1. Activate Talismanic Accelerate. All the bosses back in. Sure, we'll put you back in as well. Reduce. Summon. Dolphin time. Activate the dolphin. We'll go Clashing Twin Tides here. I don't really want this in my hand. That didn't really fix the situation, but it's very funny. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate the effect of Headbad. Reduce. I mean, let's just go battle. Let's not spin any more plates than we have to. Go get him, Headbad Cashalot! You show insects who's boss. Alright, we can beat the free-to-play deck, guys. We can beat the free-to-play deck. The Chad get Umi once a duel and lose to set pass versus the Virgin Free +2 OTK that can deal with literally anything. The discrepancy between Gaia and Dragons and everything else is insane. Yes. Well, and Psychic, to be fair. Psychic's up there as well. Hey, we've made it all the way up to 52 already. I mean, I think we're on a 6 streak, right? Eventually we're going to hit the wall, right? But we will hit the wall of Gaia, Dragons, and relatively playable decks. It's Jahan. I mean, even Cyber Dragon I think is going to be a big challenge for us. Like, we lost to one Sidra, beat the other, I think. If the head was good, you'd be RP 100 by now. If only. Oh, we're against Cyburst. This could be spooky if he is actually playing, like, Beyond Curiosity or something. Immediate Pog turn 1. Pog turn 1 is really funny if they get their hand... If they have any cards left in hand after a turn 1 Pog. It is so funny. It basically means you've just wasted Pog. Maximum Ragnarok. Oh, is he going to get maximum value? He's going to get... That went to the top of the deck as well, so something he wants next turn. Okay, so he's got max value Pot of Greed then. He's on Sigistate Soul. Not the biggest fan of Sigistate Soul, if I'm honest, but, you know, whatever. We'll go Rhythmical Performer. Activate the effect. Ooh. Although that was the card he put on his top, which is pretty good for us, I guess. I guess we will set... We will go ahead and tribute out the boy. Yeah. Burn! I guess we will use Territory of the Sea King. Go ahead and grab our Umi. We'll flip it over. We'll set. We'll set. We'll go to battle, and then we will just swing over this. Alright, that's what he's got. So he can burn us, but right now this doesn't even threaten this. Not on its own. Making equal squirrels in Duel Links challenge impossible. Exactly. What did the fish say when it hit the wall? Damn. That's a good one. That's a good one. Isn't a waste, because if you set it, it's getting popped. I mean, yeah. Okay, so Magnum Ragnarok just got a card out of him. Why has he kept 4 in hand? What is in his hand? That the correct play was nothing. Go, Light Dolphin. Give me draws. Go, Light Dolphin. Give me draws. Aw. Anything but 1500 vanillas would have been pretty good there. We'll get out by a Sobe here. We'll activate Headbad. We'll reduce. We'll go ahead and activate Territory. We'll boost this up. How much is this threatening? This is 11 plus 34. So that's lethal. An abundance of caution, I'm not going to use the back row because I'm actually kind of scared of a maximum. We did it! We beat Cyburst! Again, it's Cyburst that looks like they hard bricked and also were playing Sigil State Soul, which is just bad, but we beat Cyburst! At that point, might as well release a better rush game. It's one of those weird... There's no, like... It's difficult to quantify exactly, because we don't really know what Konami's, like, design goals are, right? We beat one-year-old deck, let's go. I mean, to be fair, there are one-year-old decks that are still, like, somewhat playable. Like, Cyburst is still a playable deck. It's just not a strong deck, right? It's like a rogue deck. But it's still a rogue deck. And now we got to play against a real field spell deck. I think we're cooked, guys. I don't think we can beat a real field spell deck. Well, we can't beat set monsters, so we're already cooked. If he's on the maximum version as well, this is going to be really difficult. Right, let's go clashing. Pot of Greed is so awkward with this hand. I think we activate it because otherwise it's going to get popped, but like... Okay, we actually did find another boss, so we can kind of do stuff with this then. We'll summon this. No delay, so we know that we can do whatever we want. We'll summon this. We'll go ahead and Tribute 2. Burn for 300. Yeah. Well then, Territory of the Sea Serpent King. Boost the attack. We'll go ahead and grab our Umi. Flip it up. We go Light Dolphin. We go Takraminos. Activate the effect to draw a card. I mean, sure, we'll pop the back row. I don't actually think we summon out a Headbad here. I think we just go battle. Damn. Would it have beaten either of the other two? It would have! Damn, it was the only one we couldn't beat! Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't get the sense this at this point. The game felt unbalanced if you make a no-skill system. But we'll end on a different meta where you complain about other decks. I mean, yeah, basically, right? Giga Chad Blistopia versus the fake Umi. The goal is to balance the game. The thing is, I don't think the goal is to balance the game, because otherwise they wouldn't release skills that are so clearly just bad, right? Did they ever balance the game, though? We never got more than 3 good decks in a meta. That's the problem, but a no-skill won't solve anything. I mean, we already know what a no-skill format looks like, right? It was OCG. So the only thing you change at that point is the ban list is different and the release order is different. But even a ban list and a release order change doesn't just suddenly fix the decks that are bad, right? Like, there are some decks in Duel Links that were just in no way, shape, or form playable in the OCG. The only reason they're playable is because we have skills. Back now for a bit. I mean, we should. Am I super early? I mean, we're getting through the stream, Ray. Hello, Ray, by the way. Welcome on in, Ray. You have very broken metagame skill-free. Yes. I mean, we had skill-free tournaments for a little bit, right? I mean, Mono was running them. And in those tournaments, we saw, like, the same decks winning over and over and over. The fish hit a dam. Ah! Leave my dolphin alone. Hit my Tacriminos. No, my dolphin! You jerk. Alright, back down to 29. I mean, we have a boss. There's no real reason to use Kleindros, like, without having, like, a massive hand. So I guess we'll just set this. We'll summon this to see if there's a delay, which there isn't. We'll go ahead and tribute 1, tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Activate the effects. Reduce this. We can go ahead and activate our skill. Boost this up. We don't know if he's on the max. We haven't seen any max pieces. And he's playing 9, so like it's unlikely he's on the max. So I think I will use TSA. Because if I can clear this whole board, I'm going to feel pretty good. The problem is he's probably just going to have a trap card and we'll just walk into it, but let's see what happens. Oh, no trap. Alright. Clearing the whole board is nice. We haven't seen any Excavator yet. He might only be on 1 because the skill can search it. Usually you'd play 2 though. I'm expecting he's going to summon, tribute, get out Excavator. Excavator brings back Drake Crush. Maybe even then just Fuse, because he also has the Princess Pylon rotation, and getting another Princess Pylon shouldn't be too difficult. Grabs back the Fusion. So he might be going for the Fusion play now. It's fun for the people who are using it, not so much for the rest of the decks. The main issue is the period between ban lists is too long, so if Konami do a banned ban list, the meta will be bad for the next 2 months. I mean, yeah, they can do emergency ban lists, they just don't like to, right? Skills don't need to be perfectly balanced, they just need to not push like 2 decks really hard and have the rest in absolute oblivion. I think that's the thing. If they did ban lists more frequently, though, they could, like, get the scalpel out and slowly, like, right, this is a little bit too good, we'll give this a little nerf. This one's a little bit too bad, we'll give this a little buff, right? But they don't like doing that. Alright, well, so this is one of the lines that we foresaw. Okay, so he's going to pop 2 of our... Are we just dead? Yeah, we are just dead, right? I think we're just immediately dead. This will make a good replay, though, because we've actually been winning a bit too much. I don't want to sit there in the video and say, this deck's really bad, and then just have, like, 7 win replays. Primal Howling, how dare you tuck my Umi? You jerk. Absolute jerk. We only actually died by 500 as well. That's kind of amusing. Realistically, as well, his deck does what our deck does, but he does it better, right? Like, if you break it down, he has a skill that searches his field spell. We have a skill that searches our field spell. He gets to use his every turn, we don't. He gets to boost his guys by 400 permanently. We get 200 permanently. So it's just like flat out. There's almost like a direct comparison between the two. He also has a backup plan where he can go into a fusion monster and destroy any monster on the field, which also gives him a way to get to our life points as well. It just feels like Sea Serpents is bad worms, I guess is like how it kind of feels. Oh. Sort out the music again. Okay. Problem is you can't enforce a law. It's not a police state. It's a card game. Sure you can. Of course you can enforce. They can do whatever they want. They are judge, jury, and executioner. They can do exactly whatever they want to do. They have the power. You don't have to enforce anything. Just design a better skill. I mean, exactly. The skill for Sea Serpents is just bad. Anyone who like tries to defend that is just wrong. On top of anyone that thinks this skill is balanced is also just kind of wrong. I don't... I kind of want to go aggressive, but we have like nothing to go aggressive with. We just like slam a Cachalot at him with 3 back row. This is probably Sidra. He's already got 3 back rows, so the chance of us milling a spell track should be quite low anyway. Activating this doesn't seem like it's worth it. If I just get this out, it's just going to die. So I think what we're going to do is this. If our prediction's correct and he is on Sidra, then if I summon this, he just needs any Cyber Dragon and he outs it. And, like, you know, Cyber Assault outs it, everything outs it. So, like, attacking over a defense position and doing nothing is just not worth doing. Right, Barrage of Steel's fine. We don't really care about our back row. Another Barrage of Steel, again, we don't really care about our back row. That's a little bit concerning. Okay, so if we had cleared a monster, he still basically makes this exact board. He would have had, like, one less guy. We are taking a crap ton of damage. In a way, this kind of feels like coin flip difference. If we had gone first, I think we would actually not be in a horrid position right now. I mean, it still wouldn't be great, because he's got all the spell traps in the world and we don't, but... Get out cash a lot. Yeah, these back into your deck. Get out of here. Go ahead and use our skill. Target this to boost its attack. Get Umi onto the field. He's going to have any trap, and he's going to immediately stop us from doing anything, which is going to be really sad, but it is what it is. Light Dolphin, activate. Alright, 50-50 time. Bad players always put it in the middle. Boo! Alright. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate. Reduce. Activate. Reduce. Go get him, champ. Alright, I'm sure we'll just live, guys. I'm sure there's no chance that he just has a Cyber Dragon and then just makes a Cyber Twin and we die. No chance of that whatsoever, guys. We'll be fine. We're going to be fine. How do they return the whole sea back into the deck? Exactly. How does that even happen? Hello, Alterius. Hello, Tomato. I heard you were having a tier 0 run with Umi. I mean, we had a win streak against bad players. That's about it. I mean, he did have 100% win rate for one game. True. Very true. Konami only see dollar bills, sadly. The thing is, right, there's lots... If you were just incentivized by money, you would do nothing but power creep every single set. Because that way, oh, this set's come out, it's the new best deck, I need to buy this pack, right? But in the latest stuff they gave us, the box didn't have a huge impact. So it's like, ooh. He has got a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard, so we can use this effect. Which means we are dead. We are just... Bro? Am I dumb or is he dumb? Give me a sec. He doesn't have a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard. Did I No, I didn't shuffle it back in. I just attacked over it, right? Did he do something with it? I'm so confused. Where did Cyber Dragon go? Stream of Elimination. Pop this. I mean... I guess we just double reduce, right? Like, what else are we going to do? He's at 12. How much damage is this? That'd be 8 plus 13? No, 8 plus 11, right? Is that 1900 exactly? Do we have exact lethal? Okay. Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. Why not? Why not, eh? Hey! We got Chaos Burst Ray, finally! It took us so long to get that. We don't think why. We just live. We just swim. 1900. Rush players can't math and read. The thing is, Kim, what you're really saying is Yu-Gi-Oh players can't math and read, right? So whenever you try and like spin it onto Rush, it just makes you sound really stupid. It's just like I don't understand. Like it's like a self-burn, but then you're like, no you, and it's like what? Are you sure Umi is bad with these wins? Yes, very sure. Although we have beaten a grand total of 1 Gaia player today. At least 1 player that was confirmed on Gaia. We have no way to like actually gain anything off of this, so I think we're just going to settle with this stuff. I think that's fine. Speed doesn't need math, it's not beatdown. First off, speed does need math, because you still need to, like, calculate lethal. So, if you think it doesn't need math, you're just really stupid. And then second off, is beat down, right? Like, I really don't understand what your argument is here, Kim friend. It seems to make no sense whatsoever. Maybe top 8 fish wasn't a fluke of luck. I mean, they only had to beat 1 guy, right? They beat 1 Gaia player, and then they got to top 4. Because before that, it was just like a pyro deck. Which, like, isn't like a suitable challenge. Polymerization? Uh-oh. We use the Cursor Dragon from hand to make Conqueror of Champions. What, pop a back row? Yeah, we're popping my TSA. See, this is the level of Gaia player we have to, like, work with. It's like, oof. My Hayabusa! We did, though. We did get to keep a light dolphin, and that's the most important part of the strategy. Alright, we'll start with clashing. Ranganus ain't going to do much for us. We'll put him back. Okay, that's not bad. We'll flip up Light Dolphin. We'll go Stream of Elimination. Pop this. We'll summon out Rhythmical. Activate Rhythmical. If we get a spell trap here, that'd be pretty big. We did not, which kind of sucks, which means we're not going to be able to get a draw off of our Dolphin, which is a shame. We'll summon out the Headbad, activate Territory, boost the attack, and grab Umi. Activate Umi, summon Takraminos, set back row, activate the effect of Headbad, reduce, and burn, go to battle, swing over, and then get in for 2. Hundy, and that'll pass the turn. Oh god, it's Essel. I think he's kind of blown his load already. So now what? Tribute for battle tested? And then... yeah. So you got 2 cards left in hand. And you can make a guy... I mean, you could attack over me. Like, that's completely fine. I mean, you can use TSA again. I don't think it really changes much here. The big thing is I just need to make sure I draw into a boss. So if I draw into a boss, I just out this very easily. We've got 3 bosses left in deck at the moment. Ooh, that is, ironically, probably the best card that could have been. Because now outing both of these in 1 turn is not going to be easy for me. Are we really just going to go for the Popper back row again? Oh no! Not my stream of elimination again. Okay, boost up to 32. Does get to clear the board. I really want to beat this guy, because he's been playing so, like, poorly. Hear me out, Sea Serpent Gaia. God, how would that even work, though? I mean, we could cheat one out, and then cheat the other one out, and keep that in hand. That's very, like, funky. I mean, it's probably the best option we have. Oh, no, it's because we have that. I thought this was the other one. It is not. Okay, in which case, we don't really have a lot of option. We have a Granganus engrave? Of course we don't. We literally don't have anything. This sucks. Sucks. I want to clear both and I can't. I thought this was Grand Extreme at first, but it's not. I don't have a Grand Extreme or a Granganus, because this would actually be a good time to use Kleindros, but he's not live. So, I mean, all we can do... I guess we'll get out the Granganus, because he's more useful in the graveyard than Cachalot's going to be. I think we actually attack over Swift Gaia, as weird as it is. I think if this goes to graveyard, there's a good chance that he just gets to, like, recycle it again. Only at 35, though, we're probably dead. I think we're probably dead. Just the Gaia package with a bunch of Sea Serpent Garnets. But you couldn't use any of the bosses, right? So it'd just be, like, the low-level stuff. And, like, what does the low-level Sea Serpent stuff do? Surely we're dead, right? Surely there's no way in which we survive this. This is any normal monster in face-up defense. Okay. Time to teach him how sushi is really made. Tributes 2 for Gaia. I mean, we're still alive at the moment. We actually live. We actually live the turn. Okay. I don't know if we can make any kind of comeback, but we'll see what we can do. Grand Extreme here is a really nice card to have. Right, we'll go Pot of Greed. I keep forgetting we even have Negate Attack. Right, we'll go Performer. Activate Performer. No draw. That's disappointing, but it's fine. We'll go Tacrominos. We'll flip over Stream. Pop the back row. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. The issue is I think we just die to deck out. We don't have any way to get a plus anymore. What's the alternative? We wait? We have a TSA in deck still. But then we have to guarantee that our negate attack doesn't get popped, which is something we could just never guarantee. We definitely don't have enough damage to kill. I think either way we're doing this. I could reduce that by another 5. So how much damage is that? That's 2, 13, plus 1,000. That's 23 plus 4. No, it's not even plus 4. Plus 2. 25. I've got 2,500 damage. I think we just go battle. I think this is the best chance I've got, even though it's not a very good chance. Alright. Chivalrous Celerity. Boost the attack up. If he doesn't pop the back row, we're in a really good spot. Summons up Curse. Summons up Curse. Battle Phase. Alright. So now, we just need to find TSA. TSA is what we're looking for. TSA off the top. We just need to make sure the last card in our deck isn't TSA. Alright, there's TSA. Do we want a boss back? Probably. Reduce. Grand Extreme, go! Yes. I want all of your vanillas back in your deck. You just have them all back. And an Essel. Activate the effect of Headbad. Reduce. Activate the effect of Headbad. Reduce. Go get him. We beat another guy. Again, he played really badly, but we did it. I mean, we're gonna save. That was actually kind of a clutch game. Not like a good game, but a clutch game. Get outskilled, outstapled. I mean, it literally came down to he just didn't have any back row hate, right? He just didn't play any. His back row hate was Conqueror of Champions, and he didn't have anything else. Which is like not ideal, right? Let's face it. There are other cards you could be playing to hurt back row. Just chose not to. Guys. I don't think we're going to win this one. I think this might be a real deck. He's playing Pyro. You're going to be in a YouTube video for sure. I mean, maybe. I mean, do I care? I don't care if I get styled on when I'm playing Sea Serpents. That makes no difference to me. Do we even pog here? Like, maybe. The thing is, like, this is the kind of matchup where neither of us really wants to go aggressive. If we pog and we just get two normals, screw it. Let's just go aggressive, right? That hasn't really fixed my issue, but this is fine, I guess. Go Light Dolphin. Stream of Elimination. Pop. Stream of Elimination. Pop. He has Pierce. We're going to summon this. We're going to set this because the chances of it actually being something we can attack over are so unbelievably low. I'll take the Yumi though. Go get him, champ. Okay, so he's already got Ember in rotation. That's a little bit yikes, but... If you win, you can comment in his video saying outplayed. Nah, we don't BM. Brad as well. Brad is such a nice guy that, like, even if we did, like, beat Brad... Well, first off, we're not going to win, guys, right? First off, we are not winning this game. Second off, even if we did win, we could never BM Brad. We can never... We can BM toxic people. We never BM, like, nice people. How many monsters we got in the graveyard? We've only got 2. So we can reduce my attack by 200. Not Germaloo. Fiery Blaze! No! The perfect card to counter me! Well, I think this is it. I think the second we lose Umi, the matchup is lost. Because now he's just playing a better deck than us. Just call it banter, then it's okay to BM. Nah. Especially when it's another British boy, right? We gotta stick together with the British boys. This hand is still kinda bad. We can pop his back row, we can clear his boss, but then he just gets another boss. He just gets it back. There's like no good outcome here. I mean, this just goes to show the difference between these two decks in general. Like, I can kill this. He gets it back for free next turn. In order to kill it, I have to invest my entire hand. And I don't really get anything for it. I feel like there's no way we win this matchup. Just, like, straight up. I actually think I'm going to Clashing Twin. Because, like, this hand actually doesn't do anything. It still doesn't really change anything. I don't know how we win this game. I do not know how we win. We can't outgrind him, and we can't kill him in any other way. How do we win this matchup? I'm like, we can commit a load of cards into a boss, which gets outed basically for free. I really don't know what we do. I think we've lost. I think we've already lost. Like, I'm going through the way this game is going to go, and I don't see how we win. Just deck him out. But he can kill 3 of my monsters every turn. So I would need... And he's only going to draw 1 card every turn, so we can't deck him out. Like, there's no physical way we deck him out. The only way we possibly deck him out is if he keeps tributing over his own guys. It's like, deck out is just not a viable strategy. I literally don't think we can win this matchup. I think this is a 100% win rate Pyro. Alright, we'll summon. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Burn for the 9. Set. Activate. Battle, swing over this. Now we take a chunk more damage than we dealt. We know he's got battle traps. And we've already used 2 back row hate, so we have to just snipe the correct one. If he's got more than 1, we can't do anything about it anyway. We might just die this turn. Chromatographagus. Sometimes you just have to live and learn. Sometimes. Hello, Keepo Hope. Welcome on in. Yeah, I don't think we can win this, like, straight up. I think there was physically no win con. Like, the win con is that he misplays horribly badly. I don't see how we're supposed to win this matchup, like, straight up. Yeah, Sea Serpents is just so bad, bro. Do we save the replay? I'll tell you what, let's save the replay. It's a Brad replay. We'll save it. God, I want this deck to be somewhat playable. It's so bad. It can't even beat other meme decks. It's like, come on. He deserves a nice. We literally never nice anyone. I literally think the nice, the nice feature for me is just like basically non-existent. Hello, Brad. Welcome. I really want the Sea Serpent deck to do stuff, but it's so bad. We just really want it. We really want it. I thought water was supposed to put out fire. I mean, the only thing we have that like gives us an edge is Umi, and the second it gets popped, that edge is gone. And even if we still had Umi, I still don't know how we win the matchup. Because the issue is, we can't outgrind Pyro, because Pyro gets a free plus every turn, which can be a boss. So like, if we commit to a boss, we have to summon, tribute to get out a boss, right? And then Brad basically gets to just free get a boss every single turn. So he goes up to 6 cards. So he's already plussing on top of getting the extra value. I don't see how we win. I don't see how we win. Like, we're supposed to be a grind deck game, but we can't outgrind the king of grind deck, right? You did not just call Pyrocessor a mean deck? Listen, if the shoe fits. If the shoe fits. Right, we need to sort out our replays, though. We have too many replays. This doesn't usually happen, but we were kind of saving replays a little bit all over the place at first. We don't need this one. This one sucked. I think this one also sucked. So we're going to get rid of that one as well. And that should be fine. That should be fine. I love Pyrocess. I really like Pyrocess as well. I really like playing the deck. I think the deck is really cool. I like a lot of what it does. It's just bad in the current meta, right? It's just so bad in the current meta. So Fish is coggable, but not meta-able. Yeah, I mean, you can cog with anything, right? You can cog with literally anything. It's just, do you have the time? Do you have the patience, right? Damn, you really only save replays against tomato sauce? You must be a big fan. You only save replays against tomato sauce. Oh, is that because of the replay bug? Tomato bro, why in ever get notification when you are live? I mean, if you're in the Discord, you can get the what's it called? The roll. You can get the roll by clicking the button, and then that'll let you know. I mean, he is kind of big bullies on the board. There's not really a good thing for us to do with his hand, so we're just going to do what we can. There's no delay, so we are going to get a little bit greedy. Tribute. This is the kind of matchup as well where going first is so advantageous. Because now we're just going to get out-tempoed. And again, his deck's going to have way better grind game than us. Give me my Umi. He's already got a boss in hand, because there's no other reason to hold on to something. I think we still have to get rid of this. Like, the potential that he summons out, like, 3 bosses next turn is horrifying. This isn't just the turn it's normal summoned, right? Yeah, it's just send it. Universal Storm. Pops the back row. No reason to pop the field spell, realistically. Void Destruction. He's already got the normal monster. He probably had another one anyway. Tributes to summon out a second Star Trancer. Okay, so it's probably a Star Trancer he kept in hand. So he probably drew into Elysium. And that's it. Okay, that is actually as good as it could have got for us. That could have been so much worse. I take it back. This is as bad as it could possibly get for us. I will do that and join the Discord. So we actually have ! Discord, which will bring up our link. Assuming it still works. It should still work. I set it up so it never should time out, but you never know with Discord. Okay, we're probably dead. We haven't got any trap cards, and we drew 3 bosses. We are, as the kids say, mega dead. Let's let bro style. We'll let him click his buttons. He probably doesn't get to win very often, so we're gonna let him have his enjoyment for now. Like, we got to really help out the Dark Galaxy players where we can. Unfortunately, they are just they're down pretty bad. They're not down as bad as the Sea Serpent players, though, to be fair. So they've at least got that going for them. All right, can we get another win? Is this the wall? Did we hit like 60 and it's just like, nope. I think the big issue... I mean, I keep trying to like quantify what the problem with the deck is, but like we already know it has 100 different problems. I think the big thing is even if we get into a deck that's like lower power level, if they have a better grind game, we can't beat them. And the reason they'll have better grind game is because they get to plus every turn. And R plus is basically Dolphin. So R plus is like extremely situational. What are we against? He's playing 40 cards. He's playing a Yuga skill. What is this? Is this going to be like Magnum Overlord or Seven's Axel Road? Activates Magical Stream. Lose our TSA, which is going to be annoying if he does end up being on Magnum Overlord. Sets 3 back row. And attacks are only non-1500. Well, there's a boss. I guess we'll set. We'll tribute 1, tribute 2. We'll flip this up. We'll go ahead and activate our skill. We'll grab our Umi. Get the burn. Guess I'm just going to go Takraminos. Right, so he has the guard? A Curtain of Sparks. Okay, so we needed a guy in the graveyard. Okay, so we made room. He was never dead. He was always going to be at 100. Bro's playing OCG Rush, apparently. Although he has got a skill, we just don't know what it is. No, stop setting cards. Right, if we draw other Granganus, we do have lethal. He is! He's playing it! Granganus! Behold my power! I tribute to and summon the mighty Granganus! Burn! Okay, yeah, you know, Sea Serpent's actually kind of good, you know? If you're playing against 40 card Magnum that doesn't go aggressive, then yeah, it's actually pretty good. I think what it is you really need to just see Sea Serpent in the right light. That's all it comes down to. You just need to be in the right situation, you need to be in the right place at the right time. And then the deck can really just come together. Right, test 1. Let's see what Bro's got this time. Let's see what he's got. It's Nail. Is it actually a Nail skill? Or is it going to be... Okay, no, it's not Nail. Right, how many cards in extra? How many in extra? No wonder it's on the ban list. The burn is too much. Exactly, we did 1800 burn damage to him. Okay, this is probably Gaia then. Like, how do you come back from 1800 burn? How do we beat this? I mean, we've beaten like 2... Have we actually lost to a Gaia player today? Unironically, I think we've played against 3 and beaten 3. Which should not happen. Hey, we'll take that. Anything that isn't a battle-tested Gaia or a Curse of Dragon, we will absolutely take that. Sets a back row. Okay. That's another back row. Summons a Serpenter. So we've kind of locked up our board, but we do play Tribute Monsters, so we're not going to be locked in the same way. Damn it. I really need you to attack Takraminos so I could get an extra plus there. Okay. I mean, we have Grand Extreme. He's got 2 back row. I mean, this is still not looking great for us, but maybe there's something we can do here. So we will start with the power of Rhythmical Performer that will give us a plus. See? Easy. That's also quite nice. So we'll summon out Light Dolphin. What is our back row? Grand Extreme. We're not using Grand Extreme. We will Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Now, do not have Trap Hole, I swear to God. Okay, we're good. We will go Umi. I'm going to go ahead and summon out the Light Dolphin as well as the Takraminos. We're going to activate Light Dolphin, so I really want my draw. That doesn't change much, but getting extra plus on the field is always nice. We'll go ahead and activate our skill. We'll boost the attack. We will activate his effect, and we will reduce the Essel. Go to battle. We will attempt to attack over the Essel with a little dolphin. Dolphin power! Attack over this, and then we will attack over this. Alright. So far, it's going okay, right? This could be going a lot worse. We actually did get the plus off of Dolphin, which is always nice. I don't think anyone really played Trap Hole. I haven't been hit by it during my climb. There are some people that are on it, and it's like, it's not inherently a terrible card to be on. Why are we playing Fnatic instead of Goat? Is that just a stylistic decision? It's battle-tested Gaia, the Fierce Knight! Okay. So Fish is the Red Eyes of Rush, a lot of burn cards, but no real end goal. The thing is, right, the way that you're supposed to play this deck is you have a load of trap cards that are really good, and you basically say, I'm going to keep bullying you, and eventually you have to attack into my traps. That's the way the deck's supposed to work. We don't have any of its trap cards, so we can't do any of that. Once again, it's, you know, Gaia Conqueror of Champions just randomly popping back row. Okay, so we're going to attack over the Cachalot, which means we... Oh, no. Okay, we're adding. Oh, no! No, don't do it! Don't do it! We're having a fun time. Don't summon him. He's not welcome here. No! Here he comes. So we're going to lose our other back row. That is not the end of the world. Basically, the two cards we've lost are consistency tools. So, like, it's only bad if we brick. If we brick, we're in a really bad spot. If we don't brick, we might just be okay. Ah, don't have another normal summon as well. Okay, okay. Now it's looking a lot less likely. If we had kept a body, I would be feeling really good about this. But now it's not so good. Because now... Only having 5 cards to work with to break a board of 5 cards that also has 2 bosses is really difficult. We might have to try and cheese a win. But even doing that's going to be difficult. Our opponent doesn't know how to end his turn by the looks of things, so we're just going to chill for a bit and see what happens. Alright, here we go. Unironically, this is not a bad hand. Alright, summon. Summon. Get my free draw. That doesn't really fix any issues. Not really. We go stream. Again, that hasn't really changed anything. Sea Dragon doesn't do anything anymore. So we'll just summon it. We tribute over for this. We'll activate the effect. What do these guys get down to? So that would be 18 off, but it's down to 1,000. I reduced that one. I could get it lower. Alright, this is our win con. We've reduced this. We activate our skill. We boost this. How much damage is this? So that'd be 800 off, but down to 100. That'd be 3,000 damage. Alright, this is the only way I see us winning. It's the Prage strat. The back row is nothing. No! We lost the 50-50 on the back row! No! Losing the 50-50 feels so bad. Okay. Are we 100% dead? At the moment, his Matarian guy does nothing. Could be for Curse of Dragon. How much are we taking here? No, we are so dead. We are unbelievably dead. If he didn't have battle tested, we might have lived. It would have been what? 34 over that is 7 plus 11 would have been 18 plus 2,000. No, we were always dead. We were always dead anyway as soon as he had that Cursed Dragon. We were close though. If we didn't lose the 50-50 on the snipe, we would have just won. Which is like that's not nothing, right? The fact we got like so close, just not quite close enough. Smite me, oh mighty smiter! Right, we will save that replay. That one is actually quite a good one. That's the kind of replay we want for the video. That is actually the kind of video we want. Alright, we go again. We go again. We go again. We can get a win, I believe. How cool would it have been if we had actually won there, though? If we had got the 50-50, managed to take out full power Gaia Matarion, and the guy isn't playing like a complete monkey. That would have been really cool, but was not meant to be. I mean, I guess this could be worse. Like, we can set our whole hand. On turn 1, we don't really want to drop a boss on the field as well, because it's just like a load of resources gone for not really much gain. It's bugs! Atlas, combat, Beetle. We got Matalus, okay. Tribute both for Ungrad. Okay, we are in a really good spot then. If it's Ungrad pass, this is looking pretty good. Where are our boss monsters? We can't beat Ungrad pass! This is so sad. We can't punish this. Bruh. I don't think it's worth gambling on this, realistically. We'll just set, and we'll just pass. Oh, this is so annoying! This should have been a free win. This should have been a free win. But we did not find any of our 5 bosses in the top 10. So that means it's what? A sixth of our deck? So 17% of our deck? We've already gone through 33% without finding it. And we're having our back row ripped apart as well, so we're not even going to maintain any of the advantage. Oh, that is so lame. If we had at least kept the back row, it would have been fine. Because we're only drawing 2 cards, so instead of having, you know, it would have been 3, 4, and then this. We still have nothing! Ah! I want to play the game! Why won't you let me play the game, Konami? Give me a boss! The worst part is as well, it's going to give me all the bosses all at once. We already know how this is going to go down. Actually, he gets Pot of Greed. We're 22 cards in, we still haven't found a boss. What is it? Statistically, it's what, 1 in 6? So we should have found 2 bosses by now. We are unbelievably dry for a boss. Alright, please, 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 give me a boss. Thank you. Okay, we can work with this. We'll start with this. I don't actually need Headbutt here, so I'm going to put him back. That's funny. Unfortunately, that doesn't really solve my current issue, but it's fine. We'll drop Pot of Greed. We just want kind of bodies here. That's also fine. Alright, we'll summon out Rhythmical. Activate Rhythmical. We'll summon out Light Dolphin. We'll go ahead and use Stream of Elimination. We'll pop a back row. We'll go ahead and use Stream of Elimination. We'll pop a back row. Oh, we should have used Graganus effect first. That was just me getting like... We also should have summoned this first. What am I doing? I'm just misplaying. We're just misplaying. We're not thinking about the plays. Alright, we'll go Light Dolphin to draw. That doesn't really change anything. I think we actually just don't bother tributing out this Granganus. But then again, we have 3 Cachalot in the deck. Yeah, okay, we're going to summon this out. So we missed out on 1200 damage, and we missed out on an extra draw. That's what we've done here. That was our misplay. It's not like the end of the world, but obviously we shouldn't be making that kind of misplay. And then we'll pass. Okay. The fishing rod bait became the hunter. Apparently so. So we would have had 1200 extra damage and an extra card. We don't know what that card would have been. Because it could have just been a boss, in which case nothing changes. Biomech Mantis comes down again. So he's already used his spell card, right? So it's just Dynastorkus we have to worry about. Yeah, we've already got Rampage in the grave. But if it's Dynastorkus, there's no point to keep stacking reduction on this guy. Okay, so the plan is just Digra. Digra up to 32. We got max roll on Digra. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so we're going back to square one. The issue is we've only got 9 cards in deck. That's what I'm most worried about, and I know 3 of them are boss monsters. There's 2 of the boss monsters. Wait, why did we not clear... What? What? Didn't he have it? Didn't he have, like, the way to clear my board and just chose not to? I mean, okay. I think I have to get out. Wait, no, if I summon this, am I screwed if I summon this? I think I need to not activate it. So I could tribute 2, reduce, get 500 burn in. But I lose the top card of my deck and then I just deck out. So unless I have exact lethal, there's no point to do that. So I could activate, reduce one of these by 500, swing over this for 23, and then swing over this for 21. So yeah, I should just do this. Tribute, summon this, activate the effect, reduce the attack, activate the skill, boost his attack, go to battle, swing over this, swing over this. Okay. Always double check the maths. Always double check the maths, everyone. You've always got to make sure you double check the maths. It's very important. But we did it. We managed to get the W. And I think with that, that is going to be us done diddly dunzo. We got some okay wins. We actually did climb more than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to go quite as well as that. And as we did see, the deck does have a lot of issues, but that was expected, right? When everything is within expectation, you can't really get upset with it, right? Obviously, it would have been nice to win more, but I don't see a point in, like, taking losses seriously when, like, you go into it knowing you're playing a meme. But the deck was fun. We will be making, obviously, the video on that. That should be up probably tomorrow. Other than that, we will be back again on Thursday, where we might be doing Angel Cup, or we might just be doing more ladder. I am not sure. I don't even know if Angel Cup is confirmed yet, but it probably will be because it's right for a GRF. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. We're also going to go say hi to Hal, so make sure everyone says hello to Hal. Goodbye.
Only draw, what, 4 cards, if I remember rightly? They draw up till